YouTube from
All
this
right.
point onward.
So we're going to continue our Candlekeep mystery adventure today. Curious Case of Wisteria Vale. It is possible, but probably unlikely that we would finish the adventure today. But that's the thing.
Canonically known as the Curious Smell of Wisteria Vale.
That's not what it is.
No, the Desperate Housewives of Wisteria Vale.
I have placed the link in the Slack channel for anyone who wants to put that somewhere, like on a social media thing. I don't know.
And
social media.
By the way, if you ever are looking for the link and you like before it's shared, the direct link, you can always use this link to see whatever is live on the Incomparable at a given time. So I'll share that in multiple places. So that will take you there even before and also while things aren't live, if you ever need it.
Okay, apparently we have video and audio, which is good.
Monty, are you good? Your computer woes settled
Yeah, I think I'm good.
reasonably?
I'm not opening any other tabs.
Thank you.
I'm not, streaming anything in another window. This is a great game, Tony. I am watching the Eras tour at the same time. It's fine.
I'm not gonna name a person, but there are actually, you know what? And I've just realized it's multiple people. There are multiple people in Total Party Kill who watch sports while we're playing, and
He
He says sports to conceal which sport it is, but we all know.
What? What did I do?
You said sports to conceal what sport it was, but we all know.
It is actually multiple sports. I know of people who have watched multiple sports. I feel like if I name those sports, it might identify who they are.
If those sports are either baseball or hockey, that might tell us.
Or both simultaneously.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Baseball and hockey at the same time is very challenging. There's not a lot of the calendar that allows that.
It's so dangerous. You ever try and skate around some bases?
I think that would make the game more interesting, really.
Skate past the base. That's what they say.
But we're not here to critique other people who are here to defend themselves.
What else would we be doing?
But what we are here to do is to play some Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to continue the Curious Case of Wisteria Vale, our level of 11 Candlekeep mystery. A listener was like, "What, level 11? How is that possible?" And the answer is we played a lot of Candlekeep mysteries. And basically, not always, but almost every adventure is like you level up, which, some adventures are short and some adventures are long, and it's just there's one adventure per level, and so that's how it works. Some people have strong feelings about level progression in D&D. I used to track stuff, like in 4th edition, it was all like there were numbers and I tracked everything in spreadsheets, and like I don't do that now. I feel like that's not what 5th edition is about. So
if a video game is not tracking points for me, I do not care about the XP. Like, just
how do you feel about your checking account? No, which is,
I like receiving experience points. I don't like checking to see whether I've gone up a level. I just like hearing you got 200 experience points. Yes.
Good contribution, Monty. You get 150 experience points for sharing it. Yeah. Anything we need to figure out before we play the thing, and I'll do a recap of where we are in the adventure.
No, we're good.
Okay,
I'm good.
Cool.
I'm good.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill.
Best.
It's me, Tony Sindelar, a dungeon master. I use he, him pronouns, and today we are continuing one of our Candlekeep mysteries, specifically the Curious Tale of Wisteria. You know what? That's actually not the name of the thing. I made it rhyme. It's not that. Today, we continue one of our adventures from the Candlekeep Mysteries, the Curious Case of Wisteria Vale. Nope, I'm wrong. It is Tale.
Gold.
Today, we continue one of our Candlekeep Mysteries adventures, the Curious Tale of Wisteria Vale. In it, our adventurers, hey, guess what? They got sucked into a book. It happens at Candlekeep Library, like, basically once a month.
All the time, yeah.
But this time, like, they meant to. They had been sucked into a book, because that book is like a strange extraplanar prison for a good person who needed to be kind of placed out of time and space for a little while a cure to a curse was created.
Spoiler, do we know that?
You know that. That's literally what we covered in the first episode.
You might not know that personally, but
yeah. Just to be clear, Paulie knows that. Tiff may not.
Tony, please don't give any spoilers from the first episode when you recap it. Thank you.
Okay. So some things happened, but also some other things were confusing and mysterious. And
there we go.
Can I now do spoilers for the second episode, Monty? Because otherwise this is going to be a really hard recap.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Oh, okay. Things in the somewhat strange video game-esque Wisteria Vale were strange. You went to a simulation of a nice fancy house looking for Errant Quill, a member of the Harpers who lives here, and got news that he seems to have a new house guest in town that people aren't thrilled about. More on that later. And in your explorations of his seemingly otherwise relatively empty house, Paulie got sucked into a painting. As you do. This suggests that the painting is probably magic, or is there any? Does anyone have any alternative conspiracy theories?
Paulie could have some like powers we don't know about.
Yeah,
just can go into any painting.
Any painting?
We're all in a simulation, so this could just be how paintings work here.
Could be a druid thing.
Yeah.
Paulie, just checking. Do you think you've touched any paintings before this one? Maybe you've always been able to do this.
Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, I've started talking to players without introducing them, which is what a professional Dungeon Master podcaster does.
I know. I was like, I have an intro ready. I can't spoil that.
Allow me to introduce our players. They'll remind you of who their characters are, and then we'll get into some magic painting related shenanigans. First up, he's running the stream because he's a dream. It's James Thompson.
Oh, I like
None of the
that
other
one.
intros will rhyme.
It is indeed me. I am playing NASA Nightweaver, she/her, high elf rogue who doesn't know much about art but knows what she likes.
Hi, elf.
Next up, it's Monty Ashley.
Hi, it's me, Monty Ashley. I'm playing Cyril, a little boy turtle. A turtle, technically, because, turtles are copyrighted. I don't know. He's a wizard. He's fun.
Okay. I really hope turtles are in the public domain, but I don't know. Not a lawyer. Next up, it's Micah Sargent.
That's me. I am playing Ajguri Lone Walker Makotatahani, better known as Lone Walker, a Goliath paladin. He and I both use he, him pronouns. And witty banter. Bye-bye.
The witty banter reply. They'll fix that in editing. Next up, it's Alean Sims.
Oh man, there's so much they could fix in editing for me. I'm playing Jasper, the Tabaxi monk, because I like to punch things. Jasper and I both use she, her pronouns.
And last, but certainly not least, it's Tiff Arment. Welcome back, Tiff.
Hey, I'm here playing Paulie Quartz, the Rock Gnome Druid, here to put the art back in total party kill.
I love it.
See what you did
so
there.
much.
I know, I workshopped that a lot.
It's amazing. No notes.
Very good.
All right. So, Paulie, you are inside a painting, inside a house, inside a town, inside a book, inside a library. In the fictional game Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons isn't fictional, but I mean it's real, but you know what I mean. Anyway, Paulie, you find yourself inside a painting. The painting is of a kind of a lovely forest scene with trees and bushes and shrubbery and whatnot. It's kind of a little bit of a clearing. And basically like the level of detail is like one step lower than the house that you were in. And you are, give me a quick perception check before I decide what you are.
It's a critical fail.
Critical fail. The forest seems peaceful and empty. Would you like to do anything?
I feel like with a critical fail, I might just pick a flower.
All right.
Look around.
You
See
look
nothing.
around. Let's see. I'm just gonna say an arrow whizzes out of some shrubbery and ouch. 23 versus Paulie's armor class.
Oh my. Yeah, that hits. Oh, what the?
Yeah, you just get hit like in the side, under the ribs.
Oh!
Six piercing damage, 5 poison damage. Somebody put poison on this arrow. That seems
Oh, well,
really.
I have a defense to poison.
Oh, that because of your rock gnome heritage. Do you totally
Bonus.
ignore it, or
It says defenses poison.
There must be lead mixed into the paint or something.
Mm.
What's next to it? Is there an R or an I next to it on the left side?
On the left side?
Yeah. Are you looking at D&D Beyond, or are you looking at a
Yeah, on
printout?
D&D and Beyond.
Yeah, you should see like a little green shield.
Shield.
I have a green shield next to Charmed.
Okay, interesting. But not next to poisoned?
No, it says defenses. Green shield, Charmed, critical hits, disease, frightened, poisoned.
Okay, so they're all there. And what is the green shield? What's the letter on the green shield? An R or an I?
I.
Okay, so you are immune to poison damage.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
How much damage did I regular damage?
Well, you got stuck for 6 piercing damage because the arrow. You're not immune to arrows.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you see a creature kind of looking at you from around a tree, maybe 20 feet away from you.
Hey, you! Was that you? Did you hit me with that? Get over here!
Give me,
Crying
as
out
you
loud.
look at that creature, just give me a quick Constitution save.
Oh,
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
that is a 14 plus 3, so 40, 50, 60, 17.
All right. You have like this weird sensation as if like your joints are getting really stiff, but you just shake it off. And you are kind of you can now kind of see the face of this creature
Now who's
across
watching
the
Taylor Swift?
woods from you. There's a kind of, I don't know, we'll say kind of strange lady wearing like a kind of a dark evening gown, and she does have, there's no kind of nice way to say this,
Burying the lead much.
snakes for hair. So yeah. And you get the sense that she was trying to do something magical to you with your glare, with her glare. I'm going to have you roll initiative.
Solo dolo.
Oh, solo initiative. This is stressful.
Well, you ran into a painting. This is
All right, I got 11.
all right. I guess I should roll initiative for this horrible monster.
If you die in a painting,
that's
you die in real life.
Good news. The
You're supposed to use paint,
Medusa.
not dye.
The Medusa got a 21. All right, let's meanwhile, in other parts of the mansion, just quick technical question, James, should I flip between screens a bunch, or is it easier if I describe stuff? What's better?
I'll flip between screens. I can
Flip between screens, James says. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the manor, I think we will start with Nyasa and Lone Walker. You have seen Polly run and jump into a painting. Yeah.
Do we also see that creature appear, or is this before that?
Give me a quick perception check.
Okay.
I can do that.
And that was a 14.
All right, that's much better than mine.
Micah or Lone Walker, you notice there is like movement on the painting. You can see Nyasa specifically. There is like a small character in the painting moving around. It looks like Polly is like in the painting. The painting is a big scene of a forest, so Polly is just one little tiny part of that. But Polly is clearly in that forest and moving around, and also not alone. There's other shapes moving in the trees around Polly in a somewhat threatening manner.
Well, I mean, I feel somebody needs to stay outside the painting to keep an eye on things.
Oh, is that what you feel?
I think I will walk up to it and touch the painting and see if
You'll
I can
touch the painting.
Before you do that, just
Interesting.
James, what are you doing?
Sure think he's already done that.
no.
Maybe
Okay.
you mean, James, I think what you mean is as
While
he does
you
that.
do that.
What,
As he
simultaneously, as the hand
Simultaneously.
reaches up, I have a power called Psychic Whispers, which enables me to keep in a communication with people.
Got it.
And apparently for 1d10 hours, but
If this adventure lasts longer than 1d10 hours,
well,
I quit.
10. So I rolled
you're
a
a doctor.
10 or a 0.
Nice.
So I'm in touch. In theory, if my telepathic link works between planes
With
of
Lone Walker?
reality,
That's cool.
All right.
If I end up going, I don't know if
Yeah.
I'm gonna-
So, Lone Walker, as you touch the painting, you have the sensation of being pulled into the painting. Now, Polly or anyone else who touched the painting had the opportunity to kind of try and resist that. I made Polly roll a saving throw. If you want to be sucked into the painting, it just
then you
happens.
can be. Okay, cool. Yeah, I do. I don't want to try to save for it.
All right. Lone Walker gets pulled into the painting. Lone Walker, why don't you go ahead and roll initiative? That information will be needed in a little bit.
Sounds good.
Lone Walker, what's up, buddy?
Hello. We have an interesting adventure ahead of us, don't we?
Let me. Oh, Nyasa.
I was just going to chime in and attempt to speak to them and just say,
Oh yeah, just to see if we can hear you.
Lone Walker, are you okay?
And I think Lone Walker, you're able to reply.
Okay, excellent. I do hear. I say, as okay as one can be inside of a painting. Yes.
Who the hell you talking to?
Nyasa is in my mind at the moment.
She's
some sort of sorcery.
What up, Nessa?
And I just say, Polly says hello.
I say hello back.
All right.
I feel I should
Nyasa.
go and inform all the other people who don't know about paintings not to
Okay.
touch paintings.
Not to touch paintings?
Well,
or
not
to
to touch.
half of the party is in a painting right now.
Yeah, but I don't want the other half to be in another painting. If we're going to do this one painting at a time, I feel we should
Does
work
Nyasa
together.
just become the docent? Like, walking? You're like, please keep your hands to yourself. Don't touch the paintings.
So yes, I will go and see who else is around on this
All
floor.
right. Well, I think we know that Jasper is just in the hallway outside this room.
Yeah.
Did I hear anything? Like,
I don't know if they did anything super.
Was there
I
a
mean,
whooshy
I feel like
noise or
just-
something?
I think just the normal level of like
The normal sound you make when you're sucked into a painting.
Sort of
Yeah, I don't know.
elongated scream.
I mean, I think Jasper, you know that they're in the next room. I don't think you know that someone has been sucked into a painting. In fact, two people have been sucked into a painting. One as a surprise and one intentionally. So, Nyasa, I think you should try and wrap up your turn by leaving the room and doing something.
I will go find Jasper and explain the crazy situation which has occurred.
Guess what, Jasper? It's your turn.
Cool. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna go look at the painting. Do I
All right.
notice?
Give me a quick perception check.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's getting easier and easier the more people in the painting.
Yeah, it's like something's off here.
19.
Yeah, you clearly this painting is magical. At the very least, it is animated in some way, but it seems to, in fact, depict your friends Lone Walker and Polly in a forest scene, perhaps in the early stages of a battle.
I shout from the
didn't know we
hallway,
had
oh, by the
gifts."
way, don't touch it. Because I forgot to give that information.
But I see.
Jasper, you want to do anything, or is this the end of your turn?
I see that they are preparing for battle. Like there's
Yes.
definitely
There's-
a threat.
There's strange figures in the woods that seem to be advancing on them.
All right. Well, touching the painting.
All right. Assuming that you want to go into the painting, it just happens. All right.
Rolling initiative.
Yep. Our
got
last
this figured
person
out.
who is not in a painting upstairs. Cyril, you're talking to little Andy about something.
Yeah. So, in fact, the phrase "the eye of the beholder" was named after the beholders, not in the reverse. A lot of people think that it was the phrase and then the monster, but really the monster came first.
Little Annie turns invisible.
Oh.
Oh,
All right, I'll go back downstairs.
You go downstairs.
Where is everybody?
Nyasa is there. Yeah, Nyasa's there in the hallway.
So
What's going on?
apparently the paintings seem a bit magical. If you touch them, you become part of the art. I don't know how much it goes beyond that point. But I can
Ooh.
still talk to the people in the painting.
Neat.
There also appears to be a battle. We can decide if we want to be involved.
I will wander into the room and see the painting.
I will come to.
Ooh, look at that. Oh, there's a lot of monsters coming out of the. Do you have any paint? We could like paint something onto this, like on our side. The heck with it. I'll just touch it.
All right, Jasper, or sorry, Cyril. Just because you had to travel the furthest, I'm going to say you'll join the painting at the start of your next turn.
Sure.
But let us now go to the people in the painting. So there are, and I feel like I had hinted at it, not just one, but several Medusas here in this forest, and they are hostile to you. Thankfully, Polly is no longer alone. It is Lone Walker, Polly, and Jasper are there. And let's see, are they going to do? They are going to rain, I think, some. I think one of them is going to fire some longbow shots, and one of them is going to move in close and try and do some. They have swords as well.
point of order.
Yes.
Clarification, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Is am I to believe that this creature is a type known as Medusa, or that there is one entity being that is Medusa that can sort of make itself in multiple forms, and we're fighting like the entity of Medusa? Or is
this is a valid critique of Dungeons and Dragons.
It should be Gorgons.
And it vis-a-vis their taking of stuff from mythology and like from mythology as half remembered by mildly intoxicated college students in Wisconsin in like the 60s, right?
Yeah.
Because Medusa is a person.
Yeah.
These are Medusas, and there's multiple of them. And Medusa in Greek mythology is a gorgon, of which there are several. But a gorgon, confusingly, namespace collision, is also, they took that name from Greek mythology and made, there's a D&D monster called a gorgon. If you look it up, it is like a poison-breathing bull.
It is a poison-breathing bull.
Okay, thank you.
Folks, that is B-U-L-L, not B-O-W-L, which is what I thought Tony meant when he first said it. And I
apologize.
A bull that has poison in it that breathes? That sounds so silly.
A thick Bostonian accent.
I heard
Do you have a pinhead problem too?
Yeah. So I don't know why they did that. At least one of my players says that it's like erasure of women, because it's like literally they have a mythological character that's historically feminine, and they're like, we're taking that name and it's a bull that breathes poison.
No, it's
why.
This
Why
way
did you
there's
not come up a new word for a bull that breathes poison? I don't know. Wisconsin drunk nerds, explain yourself. Monty, would you like to speak on behalf of Wisconsin drunk nerds?
Well, I was just going to say that instead of it being one thing, now there's two things. So, there's more female monsters. Is it good that there's more female monsters? I don't know.
I don't think the bull is a female monster.
There's a bull. That's a good point.
I mean, as a female monster, I would like to weigh in.
Oh, very good.
Finally.
Title. As a female monster. ... All right.
All right. So I will also say, anticipating the next question, we're using a little bit of a theater of mind here in that I've just tokens on a painting.
They're not flying.
Medusas are like, they're not flying. They're in the woods with you. Theater of the mind. It's fine. So All of that was a long delay in me reviewing my notes about how Medusas work and realizing that, in my head, it's like, oh, he's just going to murder Paulie. And now there's a bunch of other people here and they need to make tactical decisions. So, tactical decision number 1, 2 more longbow attacks.
Could you repeat that,
see.
Tony, please?
These are not nearly as good as.
Tony, you have frozen.
Oh.
Yeah, now you have completely frozen. Wonder if you shouldn't hop off and rejoin us just to be safe. That has fixed things during Twitch shows regularly.
I flipped my video on and off.
Sometimes that
I don't
helps.
know if that helped.
Wait, shall see.
It has so far. Try saying a full sentence.
I have rolled an attack for 2 longbow attacks for one of the Medusas against Paulie.
Okay.
I have rolled a 14 and an 11 versus Paulie's armor class, which I'm not feeling very confident about.
They do not hit.
All right, they thwack into the tree next to you, Paulie. You see like poison dripping down from where the arrows are hitting into the tree. So that's one Medusa. The other Medusa slinks forward. It is going to attack Lone Walker at in melee combat. We'll do that one. And it's going to do 2 short sword attacks and 1 snake hair attack.
Okay.
Let's see how I did. Lone Walker, I got a 23.
A 23 will hit.
You get clipped in the shoulder for 5 piercing damage.
All right.
Then I got a 7.
That will not hit.
And then I got a 15 with the snake hair.
That will not hit.
All right. The snakes are going, but they do not hit. I think that is it for the Medusas. Next up, Lone Walker, you're going to go first. But the first thing that happens when a creature
Tony, you're glitching in and
Sorry,
out.
Tony.
Or
I
something
think you
bad will
should
happen to
hang
you.
up and rejoin fully. That can
I
sometimes.
will do that.
jostle
Be right back.
Well, I got rid of him.
Yeah.
Now we run the game.
Yes. And all the Medusas died.
The plan all along.
We fought so good.
Yeah.
I think Lone Walker would have, by the way, made this clear before. It is always a good idea for his colleagues to be within 10 feet of him, because there are 3 different auras that I have that can protect you from different things. So as long as you're within 10 feet of me, you'll have, you can't be frightened. You will have resistance to damage from spells, which means half damage from spells, and you get a +3 bonus to all of your saving throws.
That could be useful to not turn to stone.
Yes. So yeah, definitely try to be within 10 feet of me if you can.
I have a plan on what to do from the outside, but we'll see
If
if
you
it
burn the
works.
painting, I'll be
I'm
very
not gonna
upset with you,
burn the
James.
painting.
If I can turn myself into stone, does this count
Ooh.
as like
oh my
a
gosh, that could be
thing?
really confusing to
Yeah,
the
it's like-
creature.
They're like, oh, it worked. But they're still moving.
That could be interesting. I
Oh,
saw Tony
man.
was
I'm
Should
sure
I
if
do
you're
that instead of an attack?
If you're stone, presumably you can't be turned to stone.
Right. Meld into stone. Okay. You
That
step
could be
into a
really
stone
interesting.
object or surface large enough to fully contain your
Oh.
body. I have to step into stone. Okay. Well,
then
let's
what
see
do you
what
do?
else I got. Oh, wait. Stone shape. Hold on. I got another one. You touch a stone object of medium size. I think that's just carving. Hold on.
A stoned object? Can we get one of the Medusas high?
So once one of
Oh,
us
yeah.
is turned into stone, you can
You
reshape
touch
us.
You
a
can
stone
step inside
object of
them?
medium size or smaller section of stone
I'll be
more
right
than
back.
5 feet.
Okay.
Any dimension, form any shape that suits your purposes.
That could be useful if we're trying to get a stone person out of this situation.
I just like grabbed
pilot
every
them?
like earth and
I
rock
love that. You
spell
said, "No,
possible,
listen."
so I don't even know half of these.
Paulie only if it's got stone in it, then you're reading
Yeah.
that page of the spell book. Yeah.
I was like, add.
I love that.
For example, you could shape a large rock into a weapon, idol, or coffer. Or make a
Okay.
small passageway. Okay, that's not
So if
really.
somebody turns into stone, you can make a small passageway in them.
Yeah, and I can
But
meld into them. Oh, this is gonna get hot.
That is helpful if you're like at a castle and there's no entryway. You can make
Yeah.
a doorway out of the stone.
Or I can make an idol and then use that as a weapon. Let's
Yeah,
see
that's
what
cool.
else. Wall pass. Wall of stone. What's this one? All right. A non-magical wall of solid stone springs into existence. If I protect us with a wall of stone,
From
does
the
that stop
stone makers.
from the Medusas?
Wall of Stone is one of my favorite spells because you can do so many weird things with it. There's so many cases where having a lot of stone just suddenly there really comes in handy.
Yeah, it says you could do
Helpful.
any shape. That's pretty cool.
Can you make
It's
a wall of stone
non-magical, though.
appear above somebody?
Yes.
You
Ooh.
can? Oh, okay. Yeah,
that
that is very helpful. And
Oh
you get
man, I
the-
wish I could turn myself into stone. That would rule so much.
Well, you've got people right here wanting to do it for you.
Bark
Yeah,
skin.
true.
Wait, what's this?
Bark
You touch a
skin's
willing-
sort of stony.
Creature until the spell ends. The target's skin has a rough bark-like appearance. I'll
It's
just
good
look like
'cause your
one of the
AC
trees.
is-
And
your
then you
AC
can
is very
hide.
high.
Just be like, "Shh, bye."
Yay, you're back.
I'm back. I
Tony's
hope my
back.
audio is better.
Oh, we have a hell of a plan, Tony. Just you wait.
Oh,
Scheming.
I don't like
We're just
it. I
waiting
don't
on
like when
Eileen's
people have a
return and then we'll be
plan.
ready.
How does my audio and video seem now?
It
You
seems like it's
seem
working so far.
perfect.
Okay.
Alien's gone though.
This is
Oh,
true.
Eileen's gone.
I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, she said she'd be right back.
I don't know why, but I've forgotten what we were doing. I mean, I know we were playing
All the
Dungeons and
Medusas
Dragons.
died.
The Medusas all attacked.
Yeah, you
and
said
then-
so.
I feel like we're missing an opportunity here. It's the Dudusas.
The snake.
The Dudusa duel.
Had attempted to get me, and then it was my turn. But You
yes.
said before I go. Yeah.
Before you go, Lone Walker, because you are starting your turn in the presence of a Medusa, you must do a Constitution saving throw against its gaze.
I will gladly do that for you, Tony. That is actually a 16 because of an aura I have.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because that number I'm seeing in Roll20, not such a good number. All right. Let me just check that anything doesn't happen when you're like close to that. Nope. It's your turn. Do what you will.
Yay. Okay, so Lone Walker is going to heft his Warhammer and take a swing. Does a 24 hit, Tony?
Yes, player.
if
A
it hits
24
Tony,
hits
but-
a monster.
That does 7 bludgeoning damage, and then he'll go for another strike. I know if a 24 hits, a 26 definitely hits.
Does that radiant stuff that's mentioned there not happen?
Oh, that's right, because yes, it does happen because of me being the level I'm at. So yeah, let's try that again. So it's 7, and then it's 5.
I'm going to call that 12.
So it's 12 the first one.
Yep.
And then it's 8 for the second one. Yeah.
All right. I will tell you, the Medusa does not seem significantly shaken by that.
That's fair.
Mhm. Level 11, people.
Yeah. I think Lone Walker will say, these creatures are not as flimsy as those we are used to. Kind of hoping that the rest of the team realizes we might need to pull out not all of the stops, but some of the stops.
Some stops.
Some stops should be pulled.
All right. Polly, would you like to start by, it doesn't matter whether you'd like to, please start by making a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no, critical fail.
Oh,
Plus
no.
3.
Well, glad you got that +3 in there. Polly, unless you have further things that you are immune to, you are instantly petrified. So basically, Jasper and Lone Walker, you see Polly just turn into like a statue. Polly's skin takes a gray sheen, and Polly is frozen in place.
Lone Walker whispers to Polly, "Are you doing the thing we talked about, or are you actually petrified, just to be clear?"
We got a really good plan.
I'm so stuck.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Yeah, that's real bad. I'm sorry, Polly. That is the end of your turn.
I mean, I can meld into stone. Does
You just meld into yourself.
meld
and
into
it causes the
myself?
game to break.
As the stone comes from the outside in, you meld from the inside out.
Yeah.
And I neutralize it.
I feel that you're so attuned to stone. You should have at least some.
Melt in the mouth. But
Do you
benefit
have?
here.
I mean, please study your character sheet. Do you have any kind of immunity or resistance to petrification?
Petrification. Let's see.
Polly has been studying the stone for.
I know.
their whole
I feel
life.
like I'm deep.
But now
one
you
with
are the stone. You've looked into the abyss too deeply, and the abyss looked back into
Polly
you.
is a rock gnome.
All right, so let's see.
Half rock right there.
Yeah, I know. I'm mostly rock, you guys. Against plants that are magically created.
Definitely Medusa.
Dark vision. Oh,
That'll help, yeah.
yeah, against plants that are magically created or manipulated to impede movement. No, that's just plants. Oh.
So you have an anti-GMO option?
On intelligence against magic, on wisdom against magic, on charisma against magic. Yeah, no. Charmed, does this count as being charmed? Is it
No.
disease? Am I frightened? I am frightened. Can I just undo that? Oh,
I'm feeling very frightened, and it is because of this. So this has to go because I'm immune to being frightened.
I was searching so hard. I just crashed D&D and Beyond.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, I don't have anything. Where would this be? Nothing. Traits.
It would be up in defenses.
Yeah.
It's possible that you could find it in features and traits. Specifically for you, you would scroll down to your species traits and see if there was something there under species traits.
I have I'm immune to critical hits.
Oh, that's good to know.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
That's good.
So
Yeah.
my question would be, when you're
That
petrified,
was my expensive armor I bought with all that money we made last time.
when you're petrified, are you aware? Like, because Polly has so many stone-related spells, I feel that if Polly is conscious, there is
The
some.
thing is,
I
there
know.
are verbal and somatic components to many of these spells. And if you can't talk or move your hands, it's really hard to do those.
Yeah, I guess it depends.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how Polly magic works.
I think we will find out together on Polly's next turn.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Yep.
I will yeah.
All right. Hey, maybe this is going to be a real quick adventure. Jasper, you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
I do. Okay. That's a crit.
Okay,
Woo!
you are not petrified by a Medusa. You saw what that Medusa just did to Polly, and you do not probably want that to happen to you.
I do not know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how far am I from Polly?
I feel like you all kind of popped into existence in this little forest clearing. So I don't know, maybe less than 10 feet away.
Okay. And how far is the Medusa from Polly? Like, can I
there's
get
one-
in touch range of both of them at the same time?
Yeah, we'll say that the one that's fighting Lone Walker is close by. Basically, there's a close Medusa and a far Medusa.
Am I paralyzed or petrified?
Petrified.
Petrified. Yeah. So you become an inanimate object. You do not have awareness.
Got it.
Okay. So first I'm going to attack with my short sword. That was a 2.
Oh no. The armor class of a Medusa is not a 2.
Okay. All right. How about a 19 with my claws?
A 19 will hit as your
19 will
claws
hit.
grate against the scaly skin of this Medusa.
All right. So that's 12 points of damage. And I'm
Okay.
going to use a key point. I'm going to take the opportunity to use a key point. And I am going to make an unarmed strike against that Medusa. That's a 21
It definitely hits.
for 13 points of damage.
All right, stacking that damage on that Medusa.
Then I'm going to, with the other hand, I'm going to reach out and touch Polly in the shoulder, and I'm going to remove his paralyzation because I have Physician's Touch and can use Hand of Healing.
Now, just be clear, it's
It's not
petrification,
paralyzed, though. It's
not paralyzed.
Petrification.
Does that work?
I think I get that too. Hang on.
Check. What was the name of the spell? Healer's Touch?
Physician's Touch.
Physician's Touch. Oh, you've been to medical school.
I've been to school, yeah. Blinded, deafened, paralyzed, poisoned, or stunned. Oh, dang. No, I don't.
Oh, dang it.
All right, so
I will tell you,
I'm going to hit that Medusa again.
Petrification is real bad. If you could remove it, that would be great.
Yeah.
But
apparently I can't. So I got an 18 to hit for 5 more damage.
all right. Let me note that 5 more damage on this Medusa, who's starting to have not a great day.
Do I get to do something?
Yes, at the end of the order, surprise, Cyril and Nyasa, please roll initiative. And
I didn't say I was touching the painting. I'm still outside. I've got a plan.
All right. Meanwhile, outside the painting.
So I'm seeing the battle unfold on this.
Now you've seen Polly turn to stone.
I've seen Polly turn to stone. These things are really high resolution. I get out a knife and I try and stab one of the Medusas.
You should try and stab the painting right in the Medusa.
Yes.
What kind of knife?
Whoa.
This is a magical psychic blade.
Hold on. Just need to consult the manual for what happens when someone stabs a painting that all of your friends are in with a blade.
I rolled initiative to wait my turn.
Yeah.
I rolled a 2.
Okay, turtle.
I mean, to be clear, if this doesn't look like it's working, I'm not going to destroy the painting. I will then touch the painting and join in.
What do you mean if it doesn't look like it's working? You're stabbing a knife into the painting.
It's a meta. Look, it's a meta attack.
It's not working yet. I don't want to destroy the painting.
I'm going to ask
a millimeter of paint.
I have a very important question because of choices that people are making. Nyasa, can you roll initiative just to see if you get to go before Cyril?
Okay.
He almost has to.
That was a 23.
All right. And Cyril, you rolled a
2.
All right. Nyasa takes one of her magical psychic knives and stabs the painting right where there is a Medusa. The entire painting, like in the frame, rolls up like one of those blinds and then disappears. And there's just a bare wall where the painting once was. You have, I think, what we call traditionally in the business, made things worse. You
Polly, actually totally party killed it. You totally party killed it.
No. Polly, you know what? Nope, that was Nyasa's turn. Cyril, what would you like to do? You were in a.
Don't I go after everybody else?
No, you get to go now.
Okay.
I'm still mentally in touch with Lone Walker. Can I establish that Lone Walker is still alive?
I don't. You spent your turn stabbing a painting. You don't have time to establish.
It's a bonus action to have a chat.
Yeah. So Cyril, what would you like to do? You are standing in the lounge. Nyasa has just stabbed a painting. The painting is not there anymore.
Oh, I see. So I'm not here. I'm up back there.
I apologize. I put your token on the painting because surely you were going to get into the painting unless something very bad happened. And I figured I didn't have a turn, so the chances that something really bad would happen to you were low. They were not 0. They were James.
They were not 0.
Well, I feel we have established something very interesting about magical paintings.
All right.
So how nice for you.
Yeah, how nice for you. You and Nyasa are standing in, this lounge on the first floor of the manor, looking at a wall where there used to be a painting.
Was there a painting upstairs in any of the rooms?
I believe that you have seen several. I don't know which rooms Cyril has explored, but there were paintings. At least I described to other players. Who did Cyril do the exploration upstairs? I don't know. Cyril,
Some
there
of it.
was some of it. There was in a guest room. There was a painting of like an eagle. And I think at least one other person, we may decide that that did not include Cyril. Somebody saw a painting of a banquet in the dining room.
There
Well,
was also a painting of people that we saw.
Yes.
The person in the kitchen said that this guy we're looking for, whose name I don't remember because it's
Aaron
written,
Quill.
that Aaron Quill was upstairs. So maybe Aaron Quill was in a painting upstairs. But boy, we got to get these people out. Is there a way to pull the painting back down, like a string or
It's
something?
like it was like it was never there. It's just a bare wall.
I touch the wall just in case.
Mm-hmm. Just in case.
In case it's invisible, yeah.
I'm running upstairs. So
All right.
I run after, thinking.
No, 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 no,
And
no,
then
no.
oh no,
You used your turn to stab a painting. You're there, looking at what you did.
and I'm going to action dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got to here. Do I have a? Well, I do have bonus actions and stuff that could make me go very quick, but I'm going to save those. All right, that's my turn.
All right. Meanwhile, back in the painting, where I sure thought everything was going to be fine, things are not fine. The Medusas go next. One Medusa is going to continue to keep its range and fire shots at Jasper because Jasper is not currently a statue.
True.
Jasper, 2 22s.
Yeah,
22
those will
to
both
hit.
hit.
All right. The first one, 5 piercing and 5 poison, unless you're somehow resistant to poison. So that would
I
be
am
10
immune
total.
to poison.
You're immune to poison?
I
How did you
am.
are cats immune
Good
to
for
poison?
you.
Yep, famously.
Famously. Okay.
No, it's a monk thing.
They
A
do
monk
the
thing.
poisoning.
Okay.
Clear.
And then the second one, I imagine it's like a paper cut from a poison arrow. So that's just 3 damage if the poison damage doesn't count. Well, that's frustrating for Team Snake. The Medusa that is locked in combat with Lone Walker will continue to attack. Short sword attack, snake hair attack. Lone Walker, I got an 18 and a 14 with my short sword attacks.
18 hits because it's a tie.
All right, not very high damage, 4 piercing damage.
All right.
And then the real power of a Medusa, 24 snake hair attack.
That will hit.
That does 5 piercing damage, but then the snakes, their little fangs, sink into your arm. 15 poison damage, unless you are also immune to poison damage.
I am not immune. Let me double check. I'm not resistant. Okay, no, I'm not resistant to it. So 15, you said?
Yes.
Alrighty.
Okay. That is their turn. Lone Walker, it is your turn. Now, you are starting your turn in the presence of a Medusa. I will say, now that you have seen how the Medusa's petrification gaze works, you can
close my eyes,
basically
right?
you can avert your eyes.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what I would like to do.
The challenge is it is hard to avert your eyes and attack something.
Yeah. So what I just do at disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay. I will just. Yeah, I'll just do that. So I attack and hold on, let me see here because there's a button for it. Yeah, that's it. Sorry. Wait, that was supposed to do it with disadvantage. Oh, that's disadvantage. Okay, I'll just roll one more time though. So a 10, I doubt a 10 hits.
A 10 does not hit a Medusa.
And then does a 12 hit?
A 12 also does not hit. I'm sorry.
Oof. Okay, I would like to... go ahead and... No, that's fine. That's all.
All right. Now, Polly, normally when someone has been turned into stone, they are the curse of the Medusa is a very long-lasting thing that can only be lifted through the most magical of needs. But Polly Quartz is, this is a guy who knows stone, right? This is a guy who, rocks, stone, mining, quartz, all that stuff. That is like he would mark that as his quarry. That's a joke about mining. Best jokes are when I point out that I made a joke. So I am going to allow you, Polly, to make a Constitution saving throw to try and stone shape back into your normal flesh and blood self as your turn, instead of just being trapped in stone forever.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Tiff, roll high. 14 is the number to beat on your Constitution saving throw.
Oh, yeah, I got that. I got 17 plus 3, so 20.
I imagine that the statue of Polly cracks and your friends look at you with shock and horror, and then it explodes and Polly is standing there. Also, Polly,
also
good
in
news.
stone. No.
Yeah. Good news. While you're petrified, you don't age. So I guess
fresh.
well, you're 14 seconds younger than you were before. So, well, not younger, just relative to the passage of time. So yeah, that's your turn. And you also know how Medusas work and can attempt to use that knowledge in your combat situations.
Does it just look like I got a really good facial?
Yeah,
fresh, nice.
Yeah, your skin is. I don't know, whatever. I don't know enough about skincare.
I kind of enjoyed that, and I think I want to date a Medusa.
Wow. Okay. Intense eye contact.
Yes. I'm hot.
Jasper, it is your turn. Polly is safe for now. Lone Walker is still locked in combat. I guess you are too with this melee fighting Medusa. You get the sense that there may be more things coming through the woods in your direction.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to hit. So I got a 27 for my short sword attack.
That hits. Jasper, before you roll that, you need to decide, are you looking at the Medusa or are you not looking at the Medusa?
No.
So if you're not looking at the Medusa, you have disadvantage on your attacks.
Excellent. Let me roll that again.
Okay.
That was a critical fail.
Oh, there's a reason I asked that.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if we shouldn't use one of the players who has the weakest hits to apply the help action to one of us who are stronger, so that we can just have a normal roll and not a roll at disadvantage. So the person will be able to avert their eyes, but they don't have to roll at disadvantage.
That's little Anthony's job if he were there.
That would be Anthony's job.
If you hadn't bored him with...
I know what I'm doing.
You bored him out of the adventure.
What about a 14?
14 is not quite enough to hit a Medusa.
All right. Well, I'm going to use another key point.
Oh.
Flurry of blows.
Disadvantage is rough, y'all.
Disadvantage is rough. Unarmed strike. Ooh, 22.
That'll hit. With disadvantage?
With disadvantage, yeah.
Wow.
And that is 14 points of damage. And then instead of doing my second unarmed strike, I'm actually going to do Hand of Healing to heal myself for 1d8 plus 4 hit points. Because I'm not feeling super great.
I'm going to tell you, Jasper has bloodied that Medusa. All right.
No, my darling.
Way to make it weird, Tiff. That's what you do. Meanwhile, outside of the painting, Nyasa gets to go first.
I think Nyas is experiencing a new emotion
What is that emotion?
I think it's something like guilt. It's akin to guilt.
Oh,
it's guilt without
almost-
taking responsibility.
It's almost like regret. Maybe it's just gret.
Yeah, it's a sort of like
pre-gret.
Somebody was responsible for this.
I think there's a lesson about stabbing things, and
look, stabbing things has worked very well for me. Up to this point.
We talk about the importance of doing things in Dungeons and Dragons, and we meant not that.
So
yeah,
I know that Cyril. How fast does Cyril travel as a small turtle?
30 feet.
Well, same as me, a large, long-legged high elf, but that's Dungeons and Dragons for you. I'm
not an actual turtle. You understand? I'm a biped.
Yeah, but you're like little.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Go on. I'm short, and therefore ...
Wow.
Therefore, I think your movement speed would be slightly slower. Speaking as a short person whose movement speed is somewhat slower.
Oh, you have short friends? Is that what you're saying, James?
No, I am short. Anyway, sometimes this is not about me.
When I haven't experienced that yet.
But in this case, it is about you. What are you going to do?
I am going to run out the room and see where you've gone and follow you.
Upstairs is the answer.
Okay, so I'm going to run upstairs to
stab.
No,
Cyril.
No, I'm hot on Cyril's heels.
Reminder that you can, you could take the dash action and move twice if that's helpful for you.
If you're here, you have already used the dash action once as your action. You can also, if you're a rogue, use it as your bonus action and get ahead of me.
Well, why don't I do that?
I kind of like the idea that you're both running, but you're not exactly sure where each other is going.
There's like some network lag. It's like who's winning this
move
race.
ahead. But you're like, wait, what if they go that way? Oh no, I need to go.
Turtle in the hair kind of situation.
Yeah. Very good.
Which room was it that had the painting, the other painting in it?
Just north of the stairways.
You don't know. I know you don't. You can go ahead of me, but I'm not telling you what room to go into.
Can I pick you up as I'm running past?
You can't just pick
try.
That is so rude.
But James, I will tell you right. James, I'm going to tell you right now. Don't make decisions for other players.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I will pause and ask Skirl. What should we do now?
I'm just trying to get to another painting. Like maybe the paintings upstairs are connected to the painting downstairs, right? Like the painting downstairs was forest, but the paintings upstairs weren't forest. But maybe this banquet connects to the forest somehow.
It's worth a go. Or we end up in a painting with a Medusa, different Medusas. All right.
Okay, is that your turn?
I mean, I will. No, what the hell? I'll just keep running.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will run in here and I will touch a painting.
All right, you run into. I believe I described this room on the second floor as like a guest bedroom, and reading descriptions of rooms I read before. The bedroom contains a double bed and a spacious wardrobe. A large painting of a bird in flight hangs on the north wall.
A half elf can be seen flipping the mattress.
I mean, if I end up like 10,000 feet in the air, well, perhaps it's justified. All right. I will touch this painting and see what happens.
All right. You feel the painting pulling you inside itself. Do you want to fight against that feeling?
No.
All right. We'll find out what happens to you in just a second. Cyril, it's your turn.
All right. I'm just checking my spell list for any feather fall or anything. I don't see that. Can I see the painting from where I am here before I move?
Not from where you are. You need to go into this room up here.
What room had that banquet in it?
That was the dining room down on the first floor.
All right. I'll go touch the painting Nyasa touched.
All right. You are pulled into the painting. Everybody loves it. So, Nyasa and Cyril, why don't you just quickly re-roll initiative?
Yes.
But what you see, Nyasa, I'm just going to start with you because you touched the painting first. You are pulled into the painting, and at first it's like it's very disorienting. There is just this feeling of like everything is like kind of bright and blue and maybe bits of white, and it's very loud. And you then kind of realize that you are very high up in the air and plummeting toward the ground very quickly. Also, you are not alone. There is a giant bird here, and it does not look like it is a friendly giant bird. Also, Cyril is here. Bear with me as I set this part of the map up.
Oh my god.
This
adventure is a mess.
There's a token for the bird that I'm going to place on top of the bird art, confusingly. So.
No, I love it. It's like it's wearing a mask.
Yeah, it's gone for Halloween. It is a bird.
It's a more detailed bird, a less dithered bird. What are you for Halloween? Oh, it's a real high concept. I'm a less dithered bird.
I have
let's
a plan.
see. So
I also have a plan.
Can you re-roll initiative, Cyril and Nyasa? It looks like Cyril rolled a 14.
That's their plan. Surprise.
That's their plan.
I got a 19.
Come on, roll 20. Let's see. 1 second. All right, this is fun. This is what fun is, right? All right. So, juggling battles between two paintings. We go over to forest painting. There are two Medusas here. One of them is hurt. One of them is not even touched. You see also, perhaps off in the distance, coming to aid their friends, there are two other Medusas slinking through the foliage. Yes, if only 5 people were here in this one painting. So Medusas are next. This one first Medusa is not sure what to do since there's now 2 targets, and is going to fire 2 longbow attacks at Polly again. That is a 10, nowhere near Polly, but a 22 will hit Polly. Polly, this one gets you like right in the chest. 9 piercing damage. Thankfully, you ignore the poison damage that accompanies it. The other
She likes me.
The other Medusa is going to do short sword, and snake hair attack on Lone Walker. 21 on the first short sword attack.
Yes.
5 piercing damage. 15 on the next short sword attack.
No.
Probably not going to hit. 24 on the snake attack.
Ugh, yes.
It's 19 damage total between the piercing and the poison.
Okay, that's starting to hurt.
Yeah. Nyasa, you are plummeting through the air. A menacing bird is flapping in your direction. You have a plan?
How high up am I?
Extremely high up.
Good question.
I mean, higher up than you have ever been. You can see mountains below you.
My plan is starting to fall apart.
So are you, if apart means down.
Don't worry about it.
I kind of am.
Hey,
Cyril looks
man,
completely
don't worry about
unbothered.
it, man.
Yeah. A turtle in its natural habitat, plummeting from 10,000 feet.
All right. Well,
I'm going to kill a philosopher. Huh? Anybody?
Huh?
Nope. All right.
okay. Well, I'm going to attack the giant bird because.
All right.
Am I close to the giant bird? Are we close to the giant bird?
I'm going to say you're about
You know
30
each
feet
other's
away
last
from it in the air.
names, but that's about.
Playwright. I got it all wrong.
Okay. Well, if nobody's next to the giant, is this a surprise to the giant bird?
No, the giant bird is not a surprise.
Just checking. I mean, I think it would be surprised, but
or it's. I mean, maybe the giant bird is surprised. You just can't read its body language because it's a giant bird. But
I'm basically trying to work out if this works as a sneak attack. But
it is not a sneak attack. The bird is trying to eat you.
Okay.
I am engaged with it, so if he hits, it should be a sneak attack. He just doesn't have advantage on the attack.
I don't know if you're close enough that you're. I mean, you're both falling through the air.
Okay, so I'm not in range of the bird. Got it. Fine.
You're not in melee range of the bird.
If I'm in melee range of the bird, then I'm in range to make it sneak attack.
You're not in melee range of the bird.
Not
Good.
in melee range.
Okay. I'm glad we've established all of these things. Then I will attempt to firebolt this bird.
All right. As
Firebolt.
you plummet thousands and thousands of feet toward your death, you take one of your last moments in life to firebolt a bird. Roll firebolt.
Okay. That is a 20, not nat 20.
All right. You scorch the bird. Roll bird fire damage.
1, 2, 3. 3d10 damage. So that is 24 damage.
The bird looks like it didn't even notice it. One of its feathers, it kind of flies out of its wings. It's possible that was a bad feather it was going to get rid of on its own anyway.
Okay.
All right. All done, Nyasa?
Just sort of look down these bonus actions in case there's any sort of fall related.
Yep.
I mean, I have a plan for when I hit the ground.
Okay. So do I.
Does it involve rolling dice?
Yeah.
No,
Do you have a new character sheet? Is that the plan?
No, I can do this.
All right, I'm just gonna. I'm looking forward to 15 minutes from now when we have a lengthy argument about conservation of momentum and magic. So it is the giant bird's turn. Looking at the choice between a harmless turtle, which might just be a rock, and a mean assassin that has attacked. The bird swoops in the direction of Nyasa. It is now in melee combat with you. It is going to make a beak attack followed by a talon attack.
Okay.
All right, let's see what we got here. Wow, I rolled very low. 17 to hit with the beak attack.
My armor class is 17.
17, so tie goes to the attacker. The beak tears across your torso, 24 damage from its beak.
Oh, okay.
The talons try and cut at you. And, this is a very large bird. It is like someone is just thrown like a bag of steak knives in your direction, but you evade it as it rolls 15 versus your armor class. So
Okay.
Listeners, do not throw a bag of steak knives at someone. Rude.
Very rude.
Very rude. He's got a plan, or does he? It's Cyril's turn.
Well, funny thing, you said he might just be a rock. I could be a rock, but instead I'm going to be a young red dragon. I will cast polymorph on myself.
Wow.
Nice.
And it says here the new form can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target's, or the target's level if it doesn't have a challenge rating. I'm level 11. A young red dragon is challenge level 10. Do you have a problem with this?
This is what it does, right?
Yes, this is what it does.
Yeah. I mean, this is happening.
Congratulations.
Do you have the stats for a young red dragon handy?
Yes, I do. I was going to be a rock, which is one challenge level higher, but it's got an intelligence level of 3. Young
I'm
red
just going
dragon
to tell you, as a wait. Oh, you were going to be a rock. I get it.
ROC. Yes.
I think as someone who is considering polymorphing, you know that what you are fighting is a rock ROC.
Yeah. But I don't want to be intelligence level 3 here, so I'm just going to go down to young red dragon, intelligence level 14. That's fine. Poof. I am a young red dragon.
Whoa.
That was my action.
Okay.
I don't appear to have any bonus actions as a young red dragon. Can I do an object interaction and grab Nyasa with one of my mighty talons?
Nyasa, do you want to be grabbed?
Yeah.
Sure.
Who does not?
And now I will use my fly speed of 80 feet to go straight down.
All right. And
Bye.
so you do that. Bye. I will tell you.
Amazing.
And the challenge here is, you know what? A rock has a fly speed of 120 feet.
That's fine.
All right.
Come get some.
Yeah. Giant bird versus dragon action.
And as I'm going down,
It's animated.
is there any chance that there's a forest below me that I can see Medusas in?
There is.
Oh, good.
That's handy. Otherwise,
You're
I will
going to
try
bring
to-
a rock to this party? Oh no!
I will try to.
Wait, Paulie knows about rocks. Sorry. Go ahead.
I know rocks.
I will try to aim for the party. I would like to tell Nyasa to let them know we're coming.
Okay.
I communicate.
Meanwhile-
I say, look up to Lone Walker.
Lone Walker, you hear someone text you. Look up.
Ding.
Ding.
Oh.
You
With
are
a
still fighting
dragon
Medusas. There's
emoji.
2 more Medusas coming. Yeah, I don't know if this is good news or bad news.
Lone
You
Walker.
you again get to decide whether to avert your gaze
Yeah.
and have disadvantage on your attacks, or look at the Medusa but potentially be turned to stone.
Lone Walker first says, in response to look up, Lone Walker says, "These are Medusas, so don't look." And then you see Lone Walker mouthing something really quick and moving his hands back and forth when suddenly what appears beside him
Special weapon.
is the well-known Lunarith Lightstrider Mako Tatahani, which is his celestial elk steed. So a celestial elk appears, gorgeous, huge. What are these called? Antlers.
Antlers.
That have these
Whoa.
like shimmer. What are these called? These shimmering cloths kind of hanging from the different parts of the antlers, and sort of in this world but out of this world at the same time. And Lone Walker, that's Lone Walker's action, and kind of the Lunarith will go on my turn, and so. Sorry.
Best I can do is a goat. Is a goat
Watching,
token.
There's a hilarious goat that is just bouncing up.
Best
and down
I can
on
do is a
screen.
goat.
So yes, think that, but yassified. And so Lunarith is going to give Paulie this round the help action, which means Paulie, you won't be at a disadvantage when you make your attack, even though you're averting your gaze, right? To not be. Or did you avert your eyes last time?
I
Paulie
didn't have a
hasn't
chance
got a
to.
chance. Yeah,
oh, that's
Paulie
right.
has-
You haven't. Okay, so you will you probably will this time to keep yourself safe. Okay, then yeah. So basically, you won't have to roll at disadvantage when you go,
All right.
and that's it for Lone Walker.
And Paulie, it is your turn.
All right, I am going to cast Wall of Stone around
Hey.
myself and my compatriots, and having the Medusas on the outside, and that is a I cast that at level 5. So
Now push the wall over it so it collapses on top of them.
so I make a 6-inch thick wall composed of 10-foot by 10-foot panels in any shape that I like, and I want to envelop us in the wall of stone, so that way no Medusas can look in our eyes. Hey.
Okay. Now it looks like one of the Medusas is right there with you.
I
and
get
if
to decide if it's in
Yeah.
the creature space, what side it goes on, and I decide to push her to the other side.
Okay.
Nice.
Medusa makes a quick check to try and make that not happen and fails.
I'm playing
So-
hard to get. So
Yeah, okay. Is that your action?
Call me.
Mixed messages.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my action because I cast that at level 5, so I think that's a pretty
Okay.
big
So you
spell,
basically now have like a nice little stone shelter to hide behind. Okay. Jasper, you do not start your turn in visible range of a Medusa, so you don't have to make a check. There's a big wall around you now. You know that there are Medusae, Mises. There's snake people on the other side of it.
Did I see a dragon and Nyasa and a rock?
You want to look up and make a free perception check?
Sure. It's a 25.
You see two shapes up in the sky. They're pretty far away. Hard to know how big they are or what they are. You don't recognize either of them.
Plane?
Okay. I think I'm just going to ready an action. So if someone who is attacking a member of the party, if someone attacks a member of the party, I'm going to try to hit them with my short sword.
All right. So let's see.
My dart, ranged weapon, dart.
Okay. Now, Paulie, I apologize. We're doing a little bit of theater of the mind here, so I don't have a great sense of the geometry of the wall. Is it possible for this Medusa to spend a bunch of movement, like walking around the wall, to come attack you all?
No, I've encircled us.
Oh, so it's like is there a ceiling to it?
There can be. I'm pretty sure there can be. It basically
at that point,
says
have
I can
you
make
buried
anything.
yourselves alive?
If there's a
This is
ceiling,
our
you definitely can't see
mausoleum.
us in the sky.
No.
Yeah.
It says it's 10 by 10 feet. Alternately, you can create a 10 foot by 20 foot panels that are only 3 inches thick. The wall cuts through creature spaces. You can shape it as desired. You can't occupy the same space as a creature. Wall it doesn't have to be vertical or on a firm foundation. You can use.
So I think it's up to you whether it's like a wall or a hut, because it says you can do shapes.
So the wall is an object made of stone that can be damaged and thus breached. Each panel has an AC 15 and 30 hit points per inch of thickness.
It's a lot of hit points.
So I guess my question is, just for what the Medusa sees, you know what? This Medusa is going to try and like circle around the wall to get to you, and it discovers that there is no doors on this wall.
Gotta climb 10 feet.
Other Medusas are traveling through the woods in your direction, though. But that basically burned their turn because they can't see you. So the three of you and one magical moose are clustered inside the protection of this like stone sanctum.
That is not a moose. That is an elk.
Oh, sorry, elk. I'm very sorry.
Thank you.
Will our adventurers be safe here within the stone sanctum? What about Nyasa and Cyril, who last we saw were plummeting to their deaths from far above, stuck between gravity and a giant bird that wanted to murder them? Will they ever be able to reunite with their friends, or will they die in separate paintings? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill.
All I'm saying is
very
that
complicated, you all.
my plan has a part 2, and I'm counting out 16d6 for it.
Holy cow.
My plan also has a part 1.
Haven't
Well,
gotten to my plan yet.
live stream / bootleg. I think we should take a little break, and then we'll come back and
Precisely 7 minutes.
7 minutes. Don't make fun of my specificity. Well, or whatever. Do whatever you want. Don't let me tell you what to do. And yeah, we'll see what happens. This is a little chaotic.
That's a Total Party Kill promise.
Yep.
Indeed.
See you soon.
Bye. What's your plan?
My plan is to shoot it in the face with fire breath and use a portent die to force it to fail its dex save.
That's good. I like that.
So it should take something similar to, well, that's not that much really.
So I have a charm of animal conjuring, which I got in a previous adventure, which will let me create 8 giant owls.
Okay, go on. I like it so far. I don't know where it's going, but I like it.
Well, my idea was basically send 8 giant owls to menace this thing, which are friendly and will follow our commands or my commands.
Well, how about this?
That was also my way down. If like you hadn't done that, I was going to create lots of owls for us to ride.
And you're just, I could just polymorph it into a mouse.
That would be funny. Does
Now,
it
here's
burn too much?
Here's what happens. Here's what happens then. It falls at terminal velocity and takes a lot of damage when it hits the ground. The first thing that happens is it stops being a mouse because it takes like 2 points of damage. But then the rest of the damage rolls over onto it. So if we think that will do 250 points of damage, I can just do that.
What would happen if you turned it into a mouse and then I had a giant owl eat it?
Then it would just turn back into a rock.
Okay, that's
when it takes the
good.
damage that kills a mouse, it stops being a mouse. But I think if it falls from up here, it will take so much damage that it will stop being a rock too.
What if I turn it into, you turn it into a mouse, I get an owl, and I just fly it far away? Then we just remove it from the. Also, then I would have 7 owls.
I mean, that could work.
I mean, if the polymorph doesn't work.
I mean, polymorph will work.
Okay.
I have portent dice. I can force things to happen.
I mean, okay.
It rules. The only question is, how much damage do we think it would take from falling?
I mean, quite a lot.
That's what I say.
If we are at, let's say, 10,000 feet.
I'm just going to look up 5e falling damage.
I'm probably going to say you're not at 10,000 feet, mainly because that would take you forever to rejoin the group. But you're a lot of feet.
I had a plan that could get us down 100 feet, and I had a plan that will get us down slowly from a higher number of feet. But
I mean, as a dragon, Monty can fly hundreds of feet.
It looks like terminal velocity will drastically limit the damage this thing takes. Unless we can convince Tony that it doesn't.
Well, there is always the owl-related removal plan.
Yeah, I like that.
And then we'll have 7 owls.
Okay.
Look, that's 1 each, so we can fly.
How is it 1 each? There's 5 of us.
I can create 8 of these things.
But 5 isn't 7.
Okay. We will have more owls than we need.
The thing is, James, I'm concerned that 1 owl might be more owls than we need.
Well, I can like for the thing, I can do like 8 beasts of challenge rating a quarter or lower, or 1 beast of challenge rating 2 or lower.
I see. All right. I think the play is I polymorph this thing. All right. Because you're going to go first. You make an owl and hold your action. Then I polymorph it into a mouse. Then you get rid of it. Got it.
Yep. And we're having this conversation as we fall. Mentally.
Yes, we are.
Because we've got the telepathy going on.
And you know about how polymorph works.
And I know how owls work.
We know how polymorph works, Tony.
Okay.
See, my first plan was just to turn this
The key
thing
thing
into a
is
mouse.
when it takes damage, it reverts, right?
Yes, but the damage rolls over. So my
Yes.
first thought was just turn it into a mouse up here, let it fall 10,000 feet and hit the ground, and in hopes that the carryover damage would be enough to kill a rock.
I'm going to say that it would. I just looked up the rules about terminal damage, and I've decided that those rules apply to player characters.
Okay. Then we might just do that.
I still like the owl plan. Just
Yeah, James is pushing owls.
I mean,
James always pushing owls.
I just feel, like every situation could be improved by having 8 giant owls.
James's plan is I turn it into a mouse, then he gets an owl, take it far away. Because, oh, wait. Wait. Hang on.
People are reading their spells and plans.
No, this is a bad plan. We can't do it. New plan.
New plan.
Polymorph is a concentration spell. I want to stay a dragon.
Oh.
I mean, we'll have owls, but Okay, I'll just create the owls, and
Can I meld into my own stone that I made?
Why not?
Seems likely.
Unless there's like an ethical issue. Huh.
I don't know.
Seems like it would be easier. It's like this stone.
Yeah, we might need your owls to get us down safely.
Well, I'm thinking an owl each. Well, you can fly down, so that's fine.
Well, right now I can, but if I...
Oh, right. If you do the... I see what you're saying. Well, just independent. I'll make some owls.
Okay.
Look, I can do this. I can use this thing 3 times. I could have 24 owls, but it would take 3 turns.
Owls for the table. Got it. It's like
Table
I
owls.
love table owls. Yeah.
We're just we didn't have a break. We've been workshopping
What to do about rocks?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Is there anything better than pancakes for the table?
Owls for the table.
Only
No,
one
now
thing,
I'm
and it's
on the
owls.
pancakes now.
if you order 24 owls for the table, they will eat all your pancakes, including people's individual personal pancakes.
If you give an owl a pancake,
Yeah.
Mm.
Just don't give it any chocolate pancakes.
I have a
gonna
monk
want some syrup.
question.
a who question?
A monk.
Monk.
So, wait, where did it go? The thing I don't like about monks is that I have a hard time reading the character sheet.
They have a lot of options. It's all the key point stuff.
So I get 2 attacks per action.
Mm-hmm.
I also have something called unarmed strike,
Mm-hmm.
which is when I use the attack action with an unarmed strike or a monk weapon, I get to make an unarmed strike as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
So by default, even if I don't use a key point, I actually get 3 attacks per action, right? If I want to use that bonus
if you're willing to
action.
spend that bonus action, right?
Okay.
Because you
All
only
right.
get a bonus action. So
Right.
there are other things you could use that bonus action for. But yes.
Okay. I need
That's
to ingrain that in my brain because I think I knew that in the past and I've forgotten it.
I
So-
feel like if you played 4th edition, it was tricky because like kind of the equivalent of a bonus action was like a free action, but there was no limit on free actions. They were free, right? So yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
How are people doing? I know this was a little chaotic, a lot going on in these
I think it's
these
interesting.
I love it.
paintings. All
Yeah,
right,
this is fun.
this is
Yeah.
what we want to do. This is what you signed up for. Should we
This-
do another hour of this?
Yes, this is
Yep.
more interesting than just standing there rolling attack damage.
All right.
Yeah.
Also, we're not going to finish the adventure today. That's no longer possible.
Well, we're all in a stone tomb, so
Yeah. Yep.
What
Yes,
if
you
I
are.
fly down to where the bad guy is instead of saving my party, though?
Well, we don't know that.
Um,
Well, I guess that all these lands are connected. The paintings are connected.
We don't
so,
necessarily know
you don't
that, though.
necessarily know
Yeah.
that.
but
They are, though. We know it. This
We
painting
hope
is
it.
connected to the downstairs painting. Therefore, all paintings are connected.
All paintings everywhere. You
I
hope
mean,
for it.
like
You
in
believe it.
theory, I can survive this. But
In theory, I can say confident words.
It's
All
every
right.
D&D game.
Yeah.
it's fine. We have
let's
a plan.
do the thing.
Honestly, it's sort of the human condition too.
Yeah.
isn't it?
I just every time you guys say the word plan, it's like,
I mean, but like plan implies there has been some.
plan. You have a plan has a lot of connotations that you are not doing. Like I think a plan has steps. I think a plan has been like evaluated in some way. There's the suggestion that maybe people have like agreement on it. You just have an idea.
We were planning the whole
I was gonna
time.
say,
Yeah,
did
we
say-
spent the 7-minute
James and
break
Monty did say
planning.
So this is gonna be all right. We're gonna see a 7-minute plan. Everybody, brace yourselves.
I mean, I didn't say it's a deep plan, but it's a plan.
All right.
Oh, Tony, you should be familiar. There's a shallow plan,
Oh, shallow plan.
sort of
Just like the,
standard plan, and a deep plan.
The graves you all are going to be buried in.
Oh,
Oh,
Everyone is still recording.
yeah.
James,
Yes.
are we still live? Or do
We
need
are
to-
still
I don't
live.
know.
I never actually took us off, so we're.
Well, so they heard you all that planning.
Yeah, they did.
So
Yes, they know what the plan is.
I don't know what the plan
This
is.
is like
They
an episode
do.
of Columbo. We show the murder right at the beginning, and then you see how it unfolds.
A reference I completely understand.
I mean, I understand. I've never seen an episode of Columbo because I'm not an old man, but I'm familiar with the concept.
Shots fired.
You know what? I actually realized that I have mixed up Columbo and Matlock, and
I have never seen an episode of Matlock because
I don't think any of us is
Which
old
one
enough
talks
to
in the
see.
shoe?
I have seen Matlock.
That's Get Smart.
My mom used to watch Matlock.
Um,
And Columbo, actually.
Which one talks in the shoe?
although Matlock, I think, is a lawyer, not a detective. I don't know. Maybe.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of similar.
Yeah, they're all part of the extrajudicial justice system.
They all like cigars.
Yeah.
Columbo is a police lieutenant.
Okay. Thank you, Monty.
And it's an excellent show that people should watch.
Okay. It is an excellent show. And the point of it is they show the murder and who does the murder at the beginning.
The pilot was directed by Steven Spielberg.
Oh. Welcome back
So
to
then
Total
what's the
Party
point of
Kill.
watching this show?
Because you get to see how he solves it. Because it's riveting to see him talk to the bad guy and take him apart when the bad guy doesn't know, but
just
we
one more question.
do. It's dramatic irony.
Yeah. Is it actually dramatic irony?
Yes, dramatic irony is when the audience knows something the characters don't. Okay. So when the bad guy doesn't know that Columbo is onto him, but the audience does know that Columbo is onto him, that's dramatic irony.
Okay.
I've just pre-populated my time thing in the chat. That's what that is.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, a dungeon master. I use he, him pronouns. And today we are continuing our adventure from Candlekeep Mysteries, The Curious Tale of Wisteria Vale. Guess what? Everybody's stuck in a magic painting. Some of those paintings are better than others. Some people are fighting Medusas. Some people are falling to their death while being pursued by a giant bird. Let's find out what's going on. I will introduce our players in initiative order, and then we will attempt to make sense of this chaotic, confusing combat situation. First up, James Thompson, report in.
We're all looking for the person who did this. I am playing Nyasa Nightweaver, she, her, a sky-high elf rogue who you would think had learned their lesson.
Also joining us, Monty Ashley.
That's me. I'm playing Cyril, a turtle, normally a boy wizard, currently a boy young red dragon flying around in the air, fighting a rock. It's very exciting.
Just for there's confusing terminology here. That's rock, ROC, which is a giant, terrible bird, as opposed to ROCK, which is like a stone. More on that later. Next up, it's Micah Sargent.
Hi there. I am playing Ashguri Lone Walker Mako Tatahani, known as Lone Walker, Goliath Paladin. He and I both use he, him pronouns. And he did just summon Lunareth Lightstrider, which is his celestial elk. She, her.
Also here, it's Tiff Arment. Welcome back, Tiff.
Hey, Tiff Arment playing Polly Quartz, a rock gnome druid who is currently speed dating 4 Medusas.
Wow, there's probably a confusing category for that, especially also, does each of their snakes have ascensions? I don't know. We'll get into it.
I'm going to find out. Hey.
And last but not least, it's Aline Sims. Welcome back, Aline.
Hello, I am ready to hit things, as always, playing Jasper the Tabaxi Monk, and we use she, her pronouns.
All right. So, Nyasa, we start with you. You are currently clutched in the friendship talons of Cyril in the form of a young red dragon. So you are flying, not falling, which, I feel like at a certain height and velocity, the difference between those is academic. But yeah, you are being pursued by a giant bird, the titular rock. I guess it's not titular, just the rock.
Not the rock.
Not
Dwayne
the Rock. No, this rock's name is
Dwayne.
Not,
it's now Dwayne.
Dwight.
Dwight. This is Dwight the Rock.
Dwight the Rock Jameson.
Yes.
I see no reason that would be confusing. And you spent the time between episodes coming up with a plan.
Well, I mean, like in the when your life flashes before your eyes as you are falling to your doom, plans emerge. Nyasa has around her neck a charm that she was given in a previous adventure.
I
And
regret giving you this.
and it is a charm of animal conjuring. And what this means is that she can do a 3rd level conjure animals spell. So this is very much the in case of emergencies break glass type of a situation. So she clutches the charm and thinks, and 8 giant owls appear around them. So we have dragon, owls, rock, and
Thank God.
as we were saying, no situation cannot be improved by adding 8 giant owls.
8 giant owls. Okay.
That is my action. And I will tell half of the owls to head up towards the rock.
All right. I am putting 8 giant owls on the map.
And I can do this 2 more times.
Oh, what?
It's got 3 charges.
But then you'll know that's it. That's your owl limit for life, right?
Then I will never be able to summon a giant owl ever again.
Okay. So you've summoned 8 giant owls. Are the 4 of them up and 4 of them holding flying in formation with the dragon?
Yes.
What
All
are
right.
their names?
Yeah, that's right. Name the 8
21,
owls.
22, 23,
Just,
24.
You may not want to get to touch all these owls.
Nyasa
Also-
knows that this is not a situation where you name your owls. I mean,
Okay.
she realizes that these owls are disposable owls, but they don't know that.
Wow.
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 Put that on the performance review.
Each one of them so precious. I'm going to say that for simplicity's sake, the owls move on your turn, Nyasa. I'm going to say that how fast does an owl move?
Well, let me look it up. It's a giant owl. Just
Yeah.
for giant owl, 60 feet fly.
I'm going to say that the rock is significantly less than 60 feet away from you if you would like them to move and attack the rock.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Damn it, Dwight.
Monty has a thought.
Just make sure they clear out some space once they're done attacking.
Okay. So, well, if it's significantly less than 60 feet, then they'll have some movement left afterwards.
Sure.
So owls have talons.
They do.
Well-known fact.
I get +3 to hit, so I will roll. Do I roll 4 separate owls? I guess.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I'll tell you the number you need to hit a rock is a 15, so you need a 12 or higher. On these
First
attacks.
owl, critical fail.
That was not your best owl.
that owl, really disposable.
The fastest owl is not the strongest owl, everybody. So the first owl to hit the rock just like bounces off of like a bouncy ball.
Second owl does a lot better. That is a 21.
And I think you can probably, let's see here. I'm looking up the monster stats for giant owls.
They do, it's 2d6 plus 1 slashing damage.
Or you can just say 8. They do 8 slashing damage.
Okay, it does 8 slashing damage.
Roll 2 more owl attacks.
That was a critical fail.
One half of your
God,
owls
these
are
owls are
critical
here.
value. Yeah.
Look,
Thank goodness someone summoned the worst owls available.
I don't think the charm
Bottom of
has
the
like
barrel.
an owl guarantee.
Yeah.
These owls couldn't guard Gahul if their lives depended on it.
When Nyasa shops for owls, she's going for quantity, not quality. That's the problem. One more owl
Go
attack,
owls.
and then your turn is over.
One more owl. That one is a 16.
All right, 16 will hit. Does 8 damage to the rock. I will tell you, despite having taken 16 owl damage, the rock does not look in any way phased. So,
And I
we're trying to
move the
move
owls
along.
away.
All right,
Just
the owls then
space out.
clear out. I guess if you move the owls away, then the rock is just going to go for the dragon.
It's really confusing when you're saying the rock. Can we please just call him Dwight?
Okay, or I can also call him the giant bird. What would you like, Mike?
I like Dwight.
Dwight. Okay. Dwight focuses, like, turns slightly more aerodynamic and dive bombs Cyril in dragon form. Its beak tears through the air. Its horrible talons rip through the skies. Wow. I rolled a 31, Cyril.
Holy moly.
That will hit.
That is a 37 piercing damage as its beak just like tears into the back of the young red dragon. And then I rolled a critical hit as the talons grab and tear at the dragon's wings.
Okay.
All right. You are going to take, math. Because it's a critical hit, it's extra. So the second attack does 41 damage.
Ow.
That's not that much more than the first damage.
Well, I mean, it is technically more.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure, that's not 4d1, right?
41 damage,
I was
and
going to, yeah.
you are grappled by the rock.
That's fine.
Sorry, Dwight.
Right. Dwight
You're
has me in
grappled
his...
by Dwight, the large, terrible bird.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. So you count as being restrained. Good
Sure.
news, Cyril the Young Red Dragon. It is your turn. Well, news, Cyril the Young Red Dragon.
I would like to breathe fire into its stupid, ugly face.
Okay, that seems very easy to do when it is like basically hugging you.
Dexterity 17, dexterity save.
I'm gonna-
Dexterity.
For Dwight,
Yeah.
I'm gonna impose disadvantage on Dwight because it seems hard to avoid this.
Get away. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 13.
Oh, then you fail. I will now be rolling 16d6 fire damage.
16? Do you own 16 d6s?
Apparently.
Monty is gathering more dice. Yes.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is not all of my dice. All right, 16d6. Oh.
All right. It'll now take him approximately 8 minutes to add all those. Your reward is damage. Your punishment is math.
48 points of damage.
All right. That chars a bird. That's the rock looks slightly unhappy about this situation. Sorry, Dwight.
It's funny because now you hear it every time you're saying the
I
rock.
know.
You're like,
If only I could correct my behavior. But you know what's really hard? Change.
correcting behavior.
Yeah. So Dwight is, not bloodied, but this is not. Dwight thought that it was going to have like a nice, quick little snack, and this situation has gotten out of control.
Dwight's
Well-
becoming the snack.
Yeah.
I'm still a dragon, and I'm still flying
Fried
down.
Chicken.
All right. So you and Dwight are like locked together, talons and wings all kind of encircled. Nyasa clutched in one hand as you are controlled falling toward the ground very, very far away. Meanwhile, somewhere else in a totally different painting, Lone Walker, you are now inside you find yourself inside like a nice little stone house. It's cozy. There's no, you can see no Medusas. No Medusas can see you. I don't really know what the plan is here.
So is it possible for me to, because what I'm thinking is I can quickly stand on Lunarith's back and strike and then jump down. Does that mean that I'm not going to have to worry about petrification because I'm not staying within the...
Well,
Basically
I think
pop it up real quick and then get.
We've got some questions, I think, for Polly about the construction of this. I imagine is kind of like just like a domed hut, because I think we established there was no.
Yeah, we talked about having a roof, but I don't know if it necessarily needs to have a roof.
Well, let me tell you, if it didn't have a roof, the Medusas were going to climb over the wall, and they,
Right. So
10
okay,
feet
we got a
tall.
roof then. Yeah.
I think it's
Can
like
I
a dome.
put can I put those little holes in it like you can shoot arrows through, or
arrows.
can like a Medusa
Oh.
like peek into that too much?
That's tricky, I think, because you can look through an arrow slit, so that's the tricky thing.
But can all the snakes look through now? Is that?
Yes, if a person can look through something, a snake can look through something too.
But does it need to be all the snakes?
James, that's just life.
Like, can a snake get through the slit and then we can cut the snake's head off?
I think right now you are all sealed in a dark little, like a hut with no windows or no doors or skylights. It's possible that Polly will do some stone shaping to change that situation. But right now, I don't think there is any way in or out, Lone Walker.
Well, in that case, I think
can
I
stone shaping.
just.
I don't know if you want to heal or do other things.
Will. Oh, maybe I should heal. Yeah, you're right.
You can have a rest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can we have a short
Just
rest?
a short rest, yeah.
Meanwhile,
Use some hit dice.
I can't tell you what to do.
Maybe we should.
I
How
kind
long
of
is a
feel like
short
a
rest
short
again?
rest.
4 hours? 3 hours?
It's an hour. Short rest is an hour.
Oh, well then yes, we're absolutely having a short rest.
I mean,
Short rest.
you could do that. It creates some continuity challenges with the other group that is continuing to fight the
Lone
giant
Walker
bird.
says, please take an hour to defeat this rock, won't you?
We are
I
pretty
feel
high
like
up.
that's fair. We're
Yeah,
taking
it's
a
gonna take a
nap
while.
and they're fighting, so
All right.
we should do that. Nap.
Nap,
Alright.
nap.
How long does Wall of Stone last?
My concentration.
Up to 10 minutes, not 1 hour.
No.
Dang it. Okay.
Always
Okay.
read your spells,
No,
people.
it says 10 minutes.
Oh, Tony, speaking of concentration,
Never mind, we're not taking a nap.
No.
No nap. Nap is
remember
off
that
the table.
time I took a whole bunch of damage?
Yeah, and you were concentrated on being a dragon?
Yeah.
What
Should
about
I
that?
go back and
You should probably
roll?
roll to see if that broke concentration, because you did take a lot of damage, right?
Yeah, I did.
Does that...
I think you have to roll half of the damage, or your.
is that... one of them was like 40-something. I don't know what's going to happen here.
Well, just a second.
Does the kind of shape change you did require concentration?
Yes. That's
That
why I
seems-
didn't just polymorph the dragon too, because I can't polymorph two things. So what do I roll? A Constitution saving throw. The DC is half the damage or 10. So the first damage I took was 37. So the goal is 18.
It says whichever number is higher, yeah.
And my Constitution roll is +9. So I rolled a 27, so that's fine.
Nice.
Okay.
I took 41, so now I need to get a 20 or a 22.
Yeah.
Still +9. Here we go. Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, everybody. We might have to rewind to my turn.
Monte,
But
I'm
I
not
was-
seeing... Wait, let's see.
What's the problem?
I was like not seeing concentration listed on the polymorph.
It's right here under duration, concentration, comma, up to 1 hour.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. The version I was seeing just said 1 hour, and now I'm seeing it has a little symbol for concentration. Okay.
Do you want to rewind to my turn? Or
So are you just falling?
I mean, if we're rewinding to my turn, I am just falling as a little turtle boy.
We'll say that you managed to get off a gout of fire before that happened.
Okay, that's not what I wanted you to say, but we'll continue.
All right.
I had a better
so-
plan.
Yeah. Well, time flows in this direction. Asguri,
Yep,
you're trying to
sure.
figure out what to do. You know you have 10 minutes of safety here in this stone hut, but not an hour.
All right. Well, I went ahead and just did some healing on
Okay.
myself because I wasn't doing so hot. And that's that on that.
All right. Polly, you're next. You've built this protective little stone hut. The Medusas can't get to you, but you can't get to them.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
sure
kind
what
of
the
panic built,
Yeah, your little, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it has given you some time to heal. It's and they certainly can't get in, but probably you don't want to live here for the rest of your life.
Can
But
you
maybe
dig
wanna live
down
here for the next-
Minecraft style?
Yeah, maybe you want to live here for the next 10 minutes. I don't know.
So, can I cast Charm Person through the walls?
I don't think so, because almost all charm person probably requires line of sight.
You can see is usually what it'll say.
You can see within range. I mean, like, I know where they are,
But you can't see them.
but I can't see them. Can I see through the stone if I'm
He
in
said.
the stone? No.
Oh.
Be the stone.
All right. I will. Let's see. I'm seeing. Now I'm turning. I was gonna try and charm them all while I was in here, but we need to see them. So let's. Does anybody want protection from poison once this wall goes down? Who's our big fighter that might want that? Because I already have it, but I can cast it onto someone else.
I bet Lone Walker would like that, right? Lone Walker?
Yeah, I'm
Jasper
immune
and
to
I
poison,
both.
so-
Oh, you're immune. Yeah, so then
I'm
definitely
immune,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm only
All right.
immune to disease, so yeah, that'd be good.
All right. So you touch a creature. If it is poisoned, you neutralize the poison. If more than one poison affects the target, you neutralize one poison that you know is present. So is this like a neutralizing thing, or I can give them
like
protection
after the
afterwards?
fact. What's it called?
It says for it's protection from poison, which should be
Interesting. Yeah, that sounds like it should be before.
for the duration. The target has advantage on saving throws against being poisoned,
And resistance
and it has
to poison.
resistance to poison damage.
And it lasts an hour.
That would be good. That would be
There
good.
you go.
All right,
so you
so
are
I'm gonna
resistant to
give-
poison for an hour.
Yes, I'm gonna give Lone Walker resistance to poison then.
So Lone Walker, if you take
Thank
any
you.
poison damage in the next hour, it will be half damage.
Very well. Awesome.
All right, cool. That's my action then. I had to
All
cast a
right.
spell. That was a spell cast.
Jasper, you're inside a little stone hut.
So do we have a way out now, or okay?
Nor do they have a way in. So, you know.
Yeah, how long is 10
Importantly-
minutes? Is it like one round after this?
Oh, it's
like,
Around is
a
6 seconds.
long time. Yeah, a round is only 6 seconds.
Yeah.
You can decide at any time, I think, to stop it, though.
all right, we'll all
so-
decide together when I drop the wall.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Go.
Or if you want to stone shape and make a little doorway or something like that so that, you know, you still have some protection. It's up to you.
Okay.
I'm going to ready another dart for when someone who I know is an enemy gets in range and in line of sight. I will throw my dart.
Yeah, just so you know, Tiff, with a spell like this, it's concentration. The idea is that you are actively maintaining the wall. And so basically, at any moment, you just say, I'm not doing that anymore. And it drops. So,
Okay.
It was just
All
a
right.
phase.
Yeah.
All right. So while we're all in here, before we move on, do the next round, are we going to be ready for me to either open up a doorway or drop the whole thing? Because I can
think so.
cast another spell to open a doorway, or I could just drop it without losing a spell slot. But it depends on how ready we are.
Well, it might be nice to have like just an opening so there's a choke point,
Okay. We could do that.
like a doorway.
And we're on our
Alright.
way kind of rapidly.
You're so far away.
Tactically
Falling
speaking, I like the doorway.
for
I know
10
it uses a
minutes.
spell slot, but
Can we get there?
You could get there if you fell for 10 minutes. Yes.
Okay, just check.
All right. All right.
Terminal
I think we're all
velocity.
ready. We have a plan, you guys.
All
A real
right.
plan.
So the next is the Medusas go, and I imagine maybe you can hear them inside your happy little stone hut, like slithering around, circling around the thing, tapping on the stone, looking for a way in, but they can't get in. So that was their turn. Nyasa, you are suddenly hand in hand with Cyril falling.
I like it.
Also, there's still some number of magic owls here.
I think we have 8 owls, which have taken no damage. And they're flying with us.
You're falling. You're not flying.
I mean, I don't want to invoke Buzz Lightyear, but I think we're
yeah,
doing
I was
this.
going to say it's falling with style. It's fine.
Okay. I grasp the charm around my neck and I create 8 more owls.
Oh my god.
This is some Gillette razor thinking. Just add more blades. What could go wrong?
You know, in Top Gun, when they
I do not know.
when they release the chaff
Chaff.
outside the ship,
Yep.
so that now there's a whole bunch of things, and this missile doesn't know what to lock in on.
Yeah, it's like chaff owls. That is exactly what I was going for.
And
mean-
do those owls all attack the rock?
Yeah, 16
Sorry.
owls attack the
Dwight.
rock. Dwight.
All right, 16 owls attack Dwight. James, roll 16 d20s. You can do this electronically. You need a
Please.
12 on your owl hit. A 12 or higher hits.
I'm going to do
and
this.
and
It'll take me too long
just
to
trying to
find.
Just trying to move us along. Do you want to cede owl management to me? I'll manage these owls for you, James.
I cede all but 2 of the owls to you.
Okay. I'm rolling 14d20 and I'm gonna do this in a way that you'll all see. Let's see here. 14d20.
Okay, you can do the other 2 as well. That's fine. I just
the view is great
Oh my
up here, isn't it?
God.
How do you think the painter got this view, though? That's weird.
I have rolled
Hey.
14d20s. I got 5 successes.
And 2
that's
critical
cool.
successes.
2 critical successes. What did we say? Owls do 8. Guess what? I'm going to count critical successes as a double damage. So they'll do 16. So it's like 8 times 7 is
56.
56 damage to the Dwight.
Did you do the other 2 owls?
I did. I rolled 16.
There were 16 of them.
Okay.
Also, I didn't know you could do the little greater than thing and tell it how you.
Yep.
Yeah, that rules.
The only thing I feel like I messed up is I rolled it as a GM roll, so you don't see the results. But I
Yes, we
assure
do.
you,
We do.
Oh, you do?
We do, yeah.
That's how I knew you had 2 criticals.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought I did it wrong. So I will tell you that Dwight is bloodied.
Nice. Those owls did as much damage as an average fire blast from a young red dragon.
Never underestimate the power
yeah.
of owls.
Collective people. There's a lesson
It's
here about
union
collective bargaining.
Chaff
Yeah,
owls
these are union
slash
owls.
Table owls.
You know. All right. Was that your turn? Or 16
I
owls?
mean, I think
you summoned owls, and then they did stuff.
Can we maneuver ourselves onto owls or maneuver some owls under us?
Owls. I think the owls all went chaff style for the bird. So I think you used your owls. Your owls are engaged with with Dwight. They're not available as transport.
It's fine. There's always another turn, and there's always more owls.
I think when I gave you this thing, I imagined you would use it strategically over many years. And it said you used all of your owls in one
strategically over one campaign.
Look, it's called avoiding death.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you, let's see. There is no longer a giant dragon. Oh, it's not giant, but a large dragon for Dwight to attack. So Dwight is going to lash out at some owls. You know, it's just going for the nearest thing that's moving. Dwight has taken 2 owls off the board. I don't think I need to get more graphic than that. But if we need to know for the records, that was Donnie and Goni the owl.
Donnie, no, Goni.
Cyril, you are no longer a dragon. You're just a falling turtle.
Great. I would like to polymorph this rock into, let's say, a camel.
Okay.
Wait, no, that might have too many hit points. A frog.
A frog. How does that work for the rock?
Well, it gets to make a wisdom saving throw against a target of 18.
All right, I am rolling a wisdom saving throw for Dwight. Dwight rolled a 21. Dwight has seen some things.
I'm sorry, Dwight rolled a 2. What did he get then?
What? It's as was foretold.
Well, that uses
Monty, would you like to explain what power you're using?
This is the portent power, because I'm a divination wizard. Every morning I wake up and I see 2 rolls in the future, and one of them was a 2. And now I see, well, this was poor Dwight trying to resist polymorph. I still have 1 portent roll saved up.
Okay. So Dwight is now a frog that is falling?
Yes.
Okay. Meanwhile, Lone Walker, would you like to delay your turn until just after Paulie?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I'd love to do.
See, I anticipated. Paulie, it's your turn.
Hey. Okay. So let's stone shape some stuff.
Okay.
All right. Where do we want this access point for all you tall folks?
I think
In
probably
here.
if you like, let's just say we're all sitting here and directly in front of us would be a great place to have a little doorway.
And is it a window, a doorway, an arrow loop?
Oh, should we do a window or a doorway, do we think?
It's a theological question.
I'm going maybe a doorway with like a trip hazard. Like
Yeah, it's a door with a high ledge.
yeah, like it's
Just
just
a really
enough that
awkward
it's so
doorway.
annoying. Yeah, it's like a little like shifty.
A doorway and there's a step right below it or something.
Yeah.
Something not up to fire code. We're thinking.
Oh,
Make it the most
totally.
annoying entryway.
Yeah,
one
the
could
marshal's going to
possibly
shut us down.
It only lasts 10 minutes, but he will be here in 6.
have. That's the way to
They
summon
well-
a fire marshal.
Yeah,
That's the
this is-
spell.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go with a janky doorway that's
All
guaranteed
right.
to trip and possibly like you hit your shoulder when you go through because it's like a little off kilter.
Got it.
Got like a jagged stone sticking
Okay.
out. It looks
Yeah.
real wicked.
Yeah,
actually.
Polly's cousin installed it. Got it. And he
Yeah.
is.
Hey, what are you saying about my cousin?
At a
Don't
I'm
talk about my
saying
boy.
that he is not a registered,
Contractor.
No, does not have insurance. He's not,
You need insurance for that?
Oh no.
Polly, what kind of spell or action is that?
This
you're doing?
is stone shape.
And that's an action probably?
Yeah, it's a touch action, and then
All
it's
right.
instantaneous, and it happens.
All right. Lone Walker, a janky door appears in front of you.
Beautiful. So Lone Walker is going to.
And do we want to say that there is a healthy Medusa right in front of the stone door?
We do want to say that.
Yeah,
All right.
for sure.
In fact, with Jasper, we'll say that you get to throw a dart then at that Medusa. Lone Walker, I think you get to decide then again about the whole whether you're looking at them or not, Dealey.
I did 5 damage.
All right.
I'm going to have Lunareth's help.
Okay.
So I will not look and just.
Lunareth is totally gonna have to like turn head sideways to get through the janky door. It is not accommodating antlers.
Yeah.
So
There is
that
like a head
way-
hitter right there. It's like
Yeah,
real spiky.
conk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, with Lunareth's help, Lone Walker's not looking, but Lunareth is kind of helping direct
Got it.
movement to be able to. How far away is the?
Not very far.
one?
We're theater minding it, so not very far.
So like melee or ranged?
melee, or you can enter melee range, melee with this Medusa.
Okay.
A door pops open, and the Medusa is like, "What now?" A dart hits the Medusa in the side of the neck. An elk squeezes through the door, and Lone Walker follows is like in the doorway with the elk.
All right. I'm pretty sure an 18 hits.
Yep.
And that will be
13 damage?
Yeah, 13 damage. And then one more. Does a 15 hit?
15 it does hit. 15 is the armor class of a Medusa.
Beautiful. And that is going to be
12
9
damage?
and 3. Yeah.
All right. That Medusa does not like this situation. So, Paulie, that was you. You stone shaped. Lone Walker did some Warhammer attacks. Is that bring us around to Jasper?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Lone Walker, does Lunather help Jasper as well? Is that how it works?
Oh, so no, Lunareth can only help one because basically it's like it's taking a turn, and on its turn, instead of doing whatever action, it's doing the help action.
Gotcha.
So I guess I undid before. Sorry, Jasper, where I said that Lunareth was helping you because I forgot the stone dome went up. So you will unfortunately have to do it at disadvantage if you are looking away.
Did you step out of the doorway?
Oh, I moved. Yeah. Out,
Yeah.
Like, just to the side.
Okay. Cool. So I will go to the doorway and do my 2 attacks, plus I'm going to use a key point. Am I going to? Yeah, I'm going to use a key point. All right. So short sword attack, 21.
That hits with disadvantage?
No. Why do I keep forgetting that? Because I
Because
don't
it's
want
awful.
to remember. That's a critical fail. All right. All right. So then I'm going in with my claws. First roll's really good. The second roll is a 13.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I am going to use the key point though, because I need some healing. So
Okay.
I'm gonna use the key point. I'm going to try another attack, an unarmed strike this time. First roll, really good. Second roll, a 3. I'm gonna heal myself. Yeah. I'm going to heal myself for 1d8 plus 4, and that will be my turn after I step back into the hut.
All right. The Medusas are next. I'm going to say that 3 of them are going to converge on this elk. And they're going to do a bunch of short sword attacks on the elk. Let's see. I rolled a 23, a 9, a 12, a 10, a 9. Those are some very low rolls. And it owes me one more. Roll it. And a 19. What did I need to get?
Anything 10 or above hits.
Well, I missed twice is pretty good. But how much hit points does your elk have?
I don't want to say, but it's 13.
Okay, they murder the elk.
Oh no!
Oh jeez.
And then they're real not cool about it. I want to be clear about that.
Gross.
Yeah.
Lunarith poofs into celestial mist and returns to Lunarith's plane.
Okay. Do you have like a little charm around your neck that lets you come like 16 more elks, like somebody?
Sadly, no. Those would be helpful to have to do the help action for all of us. That would be for sure.
Nyasa, you are plummeting to your death. There's some birds here. There's a frog here. There's a little turtle boy here.
Like a children's book.
Monty, do you think you can maintain concentration for like 10, whatever it takes us to hit the ground?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just like what happens when you all hit the ground.
Well, that's why we have owls.
Okay. Are you going to wait until you're a lot closer to the ground to do something with owls? Or you can do something with owls now.
I think we're going to do something with owls now.
All right, do the thing with owls.
So
I got a plan if the owl thing doesn't work. It's a real dumb plan.
like as opposed to all our other plans.
Yeah,
We keep using the word plan.
Yeah.
Let's just say that this plan has 3 different spots where I have to convince Tony of something.
Oh boy.
Looking forward to that.
I would like I have 14 owls. I would like 7 owls.
Hey,
each.
James, what happened to that last 2 other owls? Did you not take good care of those owls?
They were chaff, as we discussed.
Wow.
They were
Lenny.
the worst 2 owls.
So I would like those 7 owls each to grab us, so that we are not falling and we are flying.
So, how do you make sure that they all go in the same direction so that you guys don't get drawn and quartered by owls?
The owls all follow my instructions, and I am very precise in my.
So I like that I started typing into peek behind the scenes. I often look things up in an attempt to get the rules correct or read other people arguing about the rules. I start typing into Google giant owl 5e and it immediately auto-completes carrying weight. So I'll let you know because they are giant and like they're probably a little bit magic. A single giant owl can carry 300 pounds. That's a lot. These are big. These are big owls, people. Giant owls. They're not owls.
So
they're giant.
I will
owls.
select the
So
two.
probably
the 2 best
don't need
owls.
7 each.
The 2 best owls will grab
2
us,
best owls.
and the others will.
And I'm just saying they're big. You could probably ride on their back. You don't have to be,
Yeah, no, that's what I
held-
figured.
held in
We're
their
going to fly
horrible-
in like
Their talons that are like knives.
I want them on the ground to see us flying in as triumphant heroes on the back of giant owls.
While somewhere else a frog falls.
Yes.
And again, you are assuming that this painting is connected to the other painting.
You said I
said
looked
it
down
was.
and saw a forest full of
you did.
medusas.
I say a lot of things.
All right, fair enough.
And then
Just
they
a
become
different
canon
forest full of
because that's-
Medusas.
So we are just hanging
All
out
right,
with
you're
some owls.
flying gracefully in formation. Meanwhile, what happens to a Dwight that has been polymorphed into a frog, Monty? Does
The same that happens to anything else.
thank you.
Referencing.
Oh, you love reference-based humor.
I do.
What does it have any? Thank you. Does Dwight have any opportunity to overcome this, or no? It's just
no. He can breathe air and water. His long jump is
nice.
up to 10 feet, and a frog has no effective attacks. It feeds on small insects and typically lives near water, in trees, or underground.
There's no
frog
small
statistics
insects
can
here.
also be used to represent a toad.
Oh, that's very convenient.
Frog
But
facts.
you're telling me that Dwight can't make any kind of wisdom save to overcome this effect.
Oh, I don't think so. Let's check.
The
Though. That's
effect
a
of
good
frog?
question.
Well, the polymorph effect.
Oh, I thought you did that before. Yeah.
Polymorph, blah, blah, blah.
It's his main corrective measure would be to do a bunch of damage to you so that your concentration broke.
Frogs can't.
No, it doesn't say anything here about getting extra save. You should have saved the first time. Oh, you did, and I didn't let you.
Saved the first
Yeah.
time.
So, the frog plummets helplessly to the ground. Cyril, it is your turn proper now that we have adjudicated what happens to Dwight.
Bye,
Here's what I want.
Dwight.
Here's what I want to know. We don't really need to go through all this thing because we're being escorted down to the ground with owls. But if we were falling, would you say it would take more than 10 rounds?
Yes. I don't want to think about that, so no.
Because I was going to cast Leomund's tiny hut upside down. And because it's an immobile dome of force, I figure when it hit the ground, it would absorb all the impact, like Captain America's shield when he jumps out of an airplane.
Oh, I was thinking you would just drop the immobile hut on a bunch of Medusas.
Oh, that's good too.
Yeah.
Doesn't immobile mean does not move? So wouldn't it just stay in the air?
Yeah, I don't know. Can you cast
I
it in
should
the
have
air?
put the wall around the Medusas.
You could have, yes.
They might have been spread out enough that it would not have been easy to do that. But I mean,
We could
honestly,
have corralled the Medusas
from a
first.
topological perspective, excuse me, I don't think there's not that big a difference between whether you wall yourself in or the Medusas out. It's kind of the same
still
thing.
10 minutes. Although, if they're covered and then our friends arrive, we can
Yeah,
we
float
could have
away.
gotten out of it. We could have figured out how to get out of there in 10 minutes.
All right.
So I'm looking down for the first time, actually focusing
On where we're flying to.
Yes. Anywhere below us. Hey, can you ask them where they are? I don't see them.
That's
talking to one of them, right?
If there's any distinguishing landmarks, like a giant stone
Indeed,
dome.
there's a geyser directly in front of us.
If only someone hadn't just removed. Oh, well, there's literally a
just a
big
hole.
stone hut.
Yes, there's a
You
huge
made a
stone hut.
landmark.
Yes.
It's got a big help written on the top.
Yeah.
You can do
Actually,
it in
yeah.
any shape.
Can I add that to my stone shape?
All right. Let us proceed with what's happening far, far below.
Wait. I want to. Do I see them?
Yes, you see them.
Okay, good. Owls go that way.
Owls go that way. I'm going to say owls go that way. And as the owls head down, there's suddenly like a weird rippling as if you were passing from one magic painting to another.
Whoa.
But mainly it's weird because suddenly you are much closer to the scene in the forest. Like the frame of reference kind of changes. And probably you'll arrive in that battle in the next round of combat.
Cool.
This is how we move things along. Paulie, you are inside a stone hut of your own creation. There is a convenient doorway. There are 3 Medusas outside that doorway who are feasting on elk blood. What do you want to do about
No,
it?
they're not. It's a celestial elk. It's not real blood. They're
Feasting on fictional elk blood. I will remind you, you need to decide.
Medusas, more like.
You need to decide if you are or are not looking at the Medusas, which basically either you might get turned to stone, done that, or it's hard to hit them because you're not looking at them.
I am going to try and charm 2 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Closest to, huh?
I think, well, if it's a 3rd level spell, it says you can use the spell slot 2nd level or higher. You can target 1 additional creature. So does that mean I could do the 3 that are in front?
I think it's just 1 additional.
Because I have
for
charm
each
person from
slot
1st level, so
above
that's
first.
Yeah. So
So
3rd.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go 3rd
So,
level.
just checking,
Charm all 3. I have to look at them. I do know. that.
You have to look at them. They must be within 30 feet of you.
But we don't
so-
know if they're looking at me. So.
Well, so first thing you need to do is you look at them. A dangerous gambit. DC 14 Constitution save to not be turned into stone.
Okay.
They're probably looking at the stone tower.
Okay, so that's 15.
You do not turn to stone.
Nice.
You look at them and you cast charm. And
charm person for all of them.
so they have to make wisdom saving
throws. Yes.
I'm gonna say, yeah. So where are my Medusas? Wisdom saving throw. I'm gonna roll 3 different saving throws for them because you might charm some and not others. 1, 2, 3. I got a 17, an 11, and 11. So I'm guessing that 1 succeeded and 2 failed.
Correct.
So 2 of them are charmed by you. What's going to happen?
They're my friends now.
Okay. Are they your friends' friends though?
I mean, one step at a time, Tony. We don't want to rush this.
Okay.
I want it to be real.
You just use magic to compel them to friendship against their will.
That's just the start. That's just the start.
Okay.
Haven't you ever watched a romantic comedy?
I don't think they could make this one today.
Yeah, Tony.
Okay, great. Hey, you like stone, I like stone. Let's get together, stone some stuff. I don't know. How y'all doing? It's a nice day. Forest. You
2 of them are like, yes, it is a nice day.
Can you talk to your friend over there? Your 2 other friends. Tell them we're okay. We're not no threat. Just here, just makes conversation.
The Medusa who was not charmed by you is like, snap out of it, sisters. We must destroy these interlopers. This is our forest.
We don't actually want to be here, so we would love to get out of your forest. If you could tell us how to get out of your forest.
The Medusa says, I'm glad to help you, and slashes at you with a sword on her turn.
Great.
All right. Lone Walker, there are clearly 2 Medusas that are, basically magically confused by this, but there is one that is still a threat. And there's another one on the other side of the hut somewhere.
The one that's still a threat is, I worry that if I hit that one, then the other 2 might be like, no. Because I know that the charm can definitely be broken by them taking damage. Can the charm be broken by them not taking damage, but seeing one of their friends?
I'm going to say damage?
No. Okay.
And specifically because the one of them is being aggressive to you already.
Aggressive. All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and attack that one.
Okay. You looking at it?
Yes.
All right. DC 14 Constitution save against turning a stone.
I gladly will. Plus 3.
All right. Looks like you're okay.
Beautiful. Barely.
Yeah. We're kind of close, Micah.
Seriously. My constitution is ridiculous. And yet. Okay.
Brag much? Wow.
What can I say? All right. The first one does not hit. Cool.
I like that part where you're like, I'm looking right at them, but I am not looking at my warhammer as I swing it left and right in their general direction. I was actually better at this when I was not looking at them.
Jeez Louise. All right. I am going to. That's it. That's all for now.
All right. Jasper, there's 2 confused Medusas and 1 aggressive Medusa near your hut.
Trying to decide if I want to help or if I want to do a Constitution save.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought
Constitution save.
Yeah, I thought that was a good idea, and then it didn't work out, so I don't know.
17.
Nice.
You are not turned into a statue that it would be much harder to escape from because of your lack of Rocklium lineage.
Thank goodness. All right.
You want to attack wantonly without disadvantage?
Yep. First is 18
Hit.
for 8 points of damage, and then
Noted.
Yay!
my claws. I rolled a 2. We're just gonna ignore that.
Yep.
Or actually, I'm saying that was an unarmed strike, not my claws. It's the
Yep.
same roll either way. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to attack a third time, and that was an 11.
That will not hit.
I've rolled much better on my first
these
rolls when I had
Medusas.
disadvantage.
Don't let them hear you
Alright.
say that.
I'm gonna make sure
Except
I'm
for the
not
ones we love. I hate these Medusas.
make sure I'm not blocking the doorway, and let that be my turn.
All right. The Medusas are next. I will say the injured one that you did a bunch of damage to way back when has come snaked around the hut to join the other group. 2 of them are like, we should talk about this. There's no need to fight these strangers. There's plenty of forest for everyone. And the other 2 are like, that is not our way, and are attacking at you all. So I think they're going to kind of, oh, someone has drawn a hut. Excellent. I think they're going to kind of basically be kind of trading places with the door, trying to attack people. So I'm just going to say that basically one's going to attack Jasper and one's going to attack Lone Walker. Remember that you have protections against poison-related things. So let's start with Jasper. Short sword attack, snake hair attack. I have rolled a 10, a 23, and a 24 on the snake hair attack.
2 of those hit.
I have rolled very low damage, however. You will take 8 sword damage. You will take 3 snake hair damage, and you completely ignore the poison from the snake hair, correct?
Yep.
All right. Similar situation with Lone Walker. Short sword, snake hair. I have rolled a 23 to hit Lone Walker. That's 7 sword damage. 14 is not going to hit Lone Walker. I'm doing great on these snake hair attacks. 24 to hit you with snake hair. That's 4 snake bite damage and 9 poison damage. So I think probably 4 poison damage for you.
Yep.
All right. Nyasa Nightweaver glides into the scene majestically atop a giant owl. But Nyasa, you see a strange scene in this forest here. You immediately recognize your friends fighting with 4 strange snaky-haired individuals. They've kind of taken cover, it looks like, in a beautifully constructed artisanal stone hut.
I think the first thing that happens is a frog impacts.
No, that's next. That's
okay.
Look at the initiative order.
Shouldn't there be more owls?
Yes, I've got. There's 14 we have. 2 we're riding on. We've got a dozen other owls.
Okay. I love dragging owls around on this map. Let me tell you, it's one of my favorite things. That's why I signed up to be a dungeon master, is to drag owl tokens around on a screen.
Still a few more to go.
I'm working on it.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So
Okay.
Nyasa, you're there. Also 14 owls that get to go on your turn. And I guess, Cyril, that you arrive on Nyasa's turn because you're on one of Nyasa's owls. Congratulations.
And what was it you said that the carrying capacity of a giant owl was?
300 pounds.
300.
Yeah.
What would you say the weight of a Medusa was?
Less than that, but they are not cooperative.
There are 2 that are cooperative.
There are 2 that are cooperative.
Charmed by.
Don't take them away, though.
Well, the thing is, at this point,
This relationship only lasts an hour.
That's all I need.
I mean, like, I'm gliding in on an owl. Do I know which of these Medusas are friendly and which are not?
You do not. Do you want your owls to attack all the Medusas?
No, I wish 4 of my owls to pick up Medusas.
The Medusas will not consent to that, so that you'll have to fight them.
So it'll be what, like a contested?
Or you could attack them. But yeah, the Medusas. I guess. Do you want me to roll to resist a giant owl versus a Medusa strength check?
Yeah, do it 14 times.
Oh my gosh. This is getting intense.
All right. Well, the good news is they have no modifier to their strength. What's the strength of an owl? You're gonna have to roll this 14 times too.
Yeah.
Now,
Everybody's rolling 14.
Strength of
Players
now.
like rolling
It's a
dice.
13. I've got a +1 on.
All right.
14 contested. Oh, okay.
Well, I only have to lose, what, 4 times?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. The owls pick up the Medusas and fly them
That's right.
away. Is this what you wanted?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I want to send them in 4 separate directions.
Oh, the north
Scatter to
Medusa,
the 4
south
winds.
Medusa.
Messing up
All
the
right.
polycool.
Yeah. All right. That is not what I thought was going to happen. But I guess owls have just picked up the Medusas. And how long do these magic owls last for?
Let me check.
The rest of your
I'm
life.
never giving you
Tony.
these again.
You gave every player who played that game one of those medallions.
I regret that.
I'm just saying.
Can you have one of the owls pick me up so I can go with them?
Well, James, you have caused Tony to regret it, so you win.
I just wanna
The
be-
owls were a good idea.
I just want to be clear to Tiff. These Medusas don't exist. They're inside a magic painting that's inside a demi-plane inside a book. But Polly doesn't know that. I mean, Polly knows intellectually. Polly might know that.
Is that why Polly's called
He just
Polly?
wants some genuine connection. That's
I know. I
Look,
understand.
we're all fictional here. I don't see the benefit of saying
It's
I'm
levels
less
of
fictional than the
fictional,
people outside the painting. Nah,
All right.
what is real.
I have rolled 14 strength checks for the Medusas. I've done relatively poorly. I think we can agree that the giant owls, it's they take the Medusas kind of kicking and screaming, but the Medusas have been carried away from the situation.
It lasts
Was
an
this
hour.
Only 2 of them are kicking and screaming. The other 2.
Well,
are
you're
like,
right. Was this an appropriate use of giant owls? Who's to say?
Yes.
Yes, it was
But
the best use of giant
this
I-
fight
I've still
that has
got 10
gone
left.
almost 2 hours is now over. No, well, because I think it probably takes.
Wait, if they are in a demi-plane, though, can they come with you outside of it? We don't
I
know.
feel they're as real as we are.
All right. Guess
How
what?
do we get
You are
out?
now all regrouped. There's a lovely stone hut here. What would you like to do? You're
Nap.
inside a painting of woods.
wait,
Knock
the
on the
stone
door
hut
of
should
the-
be probably gone soon.
I like to
right?
knock on the door of the tower.
There is no door. There's just a janky doorway.
All right.
You're gonna hit your head. You're
Yeah.
gonna take damage
No
if you
matter
go through
what.
that door.
You go through.
I'm real short. I'm fine. The Medusas are gone. We're here. We were really high up. Are you guys okay?
How high were you?
Oh, wow. Tony, can I figure out how high we were?
Yeah. Roll an intelligence check.
Point of order. What happened to the frog?
Splat.
And then you ask that, and then it falls. Ew.
Thank
I
you.
rolled a 10.
You're not sure, Cyril.
Pretty
Higher
high
than a
up.
mountain. Higher than a mountain.
Thank you for the last minute save. I suppose now we need to figure out how we exit the painting.
So about that.
I'm sure it's still hanging in the room and we can simply exit it.
I think we should be looking inside the painting for Errant Quill, shouldn't we?
Perhaps.
Who? Errant Quill, the guy we're looking for. Who?
Perhaps
I
they
explained
are
that we have worked out that all the paintings in the house are connected to this same reality. And we tested this in a very
Insight
unorthodox
check,
way.
please, Tony. I'm doing an insight check.
On James? Or on
No,
Anderson?
on Nyasa, because Nyasa says a lot of the
Nyasa seems convinced of
those
this.
down.
Yeah.
And I am convinced that Nyasa is convinced.
Nyasa and Cyril did enter one painting and joined you in the next painting. There was a bit of a crossing of some kind of magical threshold from one painting to the other. And it's, perhaps unclear how you would do that again to get to another place. But yeah, I mean, you're all just sitting around in a low poly forest trying to figure out what to do.
That was an insult.
Yeah.
It was low poly. Now it's
Poly
one
already
poly.
knows.
I'm a low poly.
I did roll a 15 Arcana just to check vibes, see if there's any sort of hint at where we might go.
Yeah, now it's been 2 hours in game time, but it's basically been like less than a minute in real time. or maybe I'm using those terms incorrectly. But now that you have a sense, you're like, clearly, I mean, Lone Walker, you jumped into a magic painting, and like just like the house was already kind of a weird pseudo version of reality, and this forest is even like slightly less convincing. So you are clearly in some kind of magical realm. Yeah, you feel like you had a sense that there was like a portal right behind you that you could have headed out and rejoined the lounge, but somewhere in that fight, that portal disappeared, as if sealed forever by some kind of malevolent force. But it's possible, you're basically in this strange kind of magical realm. It's possible there could be connections from here to other places.
Perhaps if we find a book in this painting, we will be able to jump into the book, taking us even deeper and fewer polys. Sorry, Polly.
Eventually, we're just in the Atari 2600 game Adventure and just talking to a little arrow.
Yeah. Is it a duck or is it a dragon? Yeah.
Well, so you say a minute has passed.
Yes.
So I have 59 minutes left with my beautiful owls.
Well, 4 of them are gone, right?
Treasure those. Also,
we started with 16.
Got
2 got
by
eaten. 4 have gone in the other direction. So, yeah.
10, right?
Yeah, I've got 10 owls.
Yeah. Gather your owls as you may. They're not forever.
Can the owls take us to fly somewhere?
They absolutely could take us anywhere.
For the next 59 minutes.
For 59 minutes, but you just don't want to be in the air.
Well,
we could time that out.
Yeah, they could take us up a little bit. We could look around for a building. There was that painting with the people with the banquet. There's probably a building that the banquet was taking place in.
Sounds good.
Let's do that.
All right.
Let's do that.
Yes.
Each of you hop aside a majestic giant magical owl and fly back up into the sky, but not so up that you go into another painting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Medium up.
Do you want to separate, or you want to? How do you want to?
I think we should stick together. I think this is a lesson that.
So maybe you do a classic kind of spiral outward from the stone hut. All right,
fly in a flying V formation.
Yeah,
Really
class it up.
Yeah.
My owl's name is Owl Roker.
I think Micah may have named all the owls already, but
did you name all the owls?
He put in
Tony,
a lot of owl names
Boney,
in YouTube.
Coney, Doney, Phony, Goni, Joni, Loney.
I get Boney for sure.
Loney's name is now Owl Jolson.
Me and Boney, we lock eyes and we're like, yes.
All right. As you are flying, clearly the forest goes for quite a ways. But then you can see it kind of opens up in one direction, and you see fields and kind of rolling hills, and you can see it kind of sparkles in the distance in a way that catches your eyes and your owl's eyes. A kind of white, shiny structure. It looks like a manor house, somewhat similar to the one that you are inside. And in fact, you can see it looks like somebody has laid out a big banquet in front in the yard outside the house.
Wow, the owls will be thrilled.
Just swoop down, eat all that food.
Yeah.
What happens if they disappear? Will the food just fall to the ground?
Oh.
I don't know.
Makes
I
you
think they go back, they are not really owls. They're like fey creatures that look like giant
so
owls.
the food will go with them?
I would say so.
So if you get eaten by a giant owl, do you go with it to another plane?
To a fey.
Because you're technically food.
I mean, we can try it.
For answers to questions such as these.
What horrors await our adventurers at this strange outdoor banquet, and what horrors await them inside this simulacrum of a beautiful white house, here inside a painting, inside a house, inside a book, inside a library, inside the game we call Dungeons and Dragons. For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill.
I'm sorry, Tony.
You should be.
It could have gotten weirder.
I thought we would be at this point of the adventure approximately 45 minutes ago.
You're just lucky James's owl plan worked. You didn't have to go with my
Medusas are
nonsense.
way too hard.
Yeah,
The Medusas were very hard, especially when half of your group can't join the fight because they stabbed the painting.
Look, it was a kind of thing that might have worked.
It was, yeah.
Acceptable.
It was, was not your worst idea. Now we're in the owl management game.
We
All right.
need a nap so bad.
We could sleep on the owls, but we not for. Well, no, the owls.
Have
were
you
good
ever
for
tried to
59
sleep
minutes.
on an
It's
owl?
59 minutes. A short rest is an hour.
Yeah, and if it gets woken up, it doesn't count. So that last 4 minutes is critical. All right, live streams, less bootleg. We'll be back, I guess.
We broke Tony.
There was just a lot of like questions about how spells interact with each other and timing. I was about ready when they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna take an hour rest," and I was like, "You could do that. That just means you're not part of the game for the next session."
It says here Tony doesn't like it when it's all combat for an entire game.
Is there some way we could add more owls to this situation?
Yes, yes, there is.
It really wasn't
more.
all combat. It was.
Do you guys remember when
building,
James wanted to
construction.
roll dice for each owl? And I shut
played
that down.
Minecraft there for a minute.
Yeah.
We did.
All right, we're done.
Tony's done, if nothing else.
I'm done. I'm stopping my recording. James is taking us off the live stream.
I will take us off the live
Bye.
stream. Bye, all.